keeping it himself across the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. That's tight end wide open over the middle. There's the catch and the touchdown.
Welcome to Pittsburgh Sports Live for one final time this regular season, Josh. We got Labette County visiting your hometown, Pittsburgh. And we got an exciting night ahead of us. It's senior night. And these ladies are looking to put a cherry on top of this surprisingly eventful season. The boys trying to just carry some momentum into this playoff basketball schedule going into late February, early March. But before I talk any more about that, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Crochan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas. Learn more about Crochan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet at ckt.net. Well, Josh, like I was saying, you know, we got the last regular season game of the season for two first-year head coaches. You know, they've had a very, I'd say, surprising on the ladies' side season with a lack of seniority. These girls have done a great job of picking up Coach Gegg's philosophy and got a pretty, I don't want to jinx it, but easy opponent that has struggled successfully this season. And it's almost, I'd argue, the perfect opponent to run into right before you start your playoff basketball.
Yeah, you know, as long as you take care of your business and take care of the basketball, I think the Lady Dragons could get out of here with a win tonight. They have a win earlier this season over Labette County back in January, mid-January. Dragons defeated Labette County 67-27, so a 40-point win. Or I'm sorry, 57-23 at Labette County back on the 16th. They're coming off of a 40-point win at Fort Scott last week, so they've got it rolling. And it's really a testament to Coach Gegg and her coaching staff. You mentioned it, first-year head coach installing a new system early in the season. It looked like a first-year head coach installing a new system with a team that may not have been completely bought into it, but over the course of the season, we've seen this team really grow and change, and they're a very different group at this time of year than they were at the beginning of the season. And I know that that's what Coach Gegg and her staff and the Dragon fans were hoping for. So hopefully they can keep that positive momentum rolling tonight against Labette County before they're going to host next Wednesday in the first round of the 5A tournament. We don't know exactly who, but the Dragons are on the top half of that 5A bracket, so they're going to host at least in that first round. And then, you know, if the fates decide there needs to be a upset somewhere in there, we may host a second round game as well. We'll see moving forward. The boys will be on the road next Wednesday because they are pretty much at the bottom of that 5A sub-state bracket. So we're going to be on the road, the Dragon boys, and if they keep upsetting people, chances are they'll still be on the road for most of the sub-state playoffs. So, but this is senior night here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to honor some seniors for both the girls and the boys teams. And you know those seniors want to keep their season rolling, so they're going to play their hearts out over the next couple weeks as we enter the sub-state tournament. We're all looking forward to that.
Yep, playoff basketball is on the cusp, and there's nothing better than basketball in March, I'd argue. You don't get much better than that in America. But let's go ahead and...
That's a bold statement for a Missouri fan.
Hey, we got next year.
You guys quit
Just
in
wait till
February?
next year.
Isn't that how it works?
Just wait till next year.
February, your season ends? Isn't that how it goes?
Anticipations are not high, but
yeah.
next year, all right?
Yep.
But
yep.
anywho, we'll talk more about it, West Missouri, on the other side of this break on your Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. You are watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Today we're going to do an experiment to see just how fast Crawlcan's multi-gig internet is. In your email, you'll find 2 links. When I say go, click on the first link to download the 500 gigabyte test file. Go! Okay, now when I say go, click on the second link in your email to upload the file. Go! I guess it really does eclipse all other internet.
Release the Crawcan. Monstrous multi-gig speeds for a low, no-nonsense price.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the 4-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-State Agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest part. That's what makes us different.
When it comes to having your labs,
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. We're going to give you guys some coverage of this final JV game of the season right now. We got a thriller here in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh up by 2 points, as you can see on your scoreboard, with just 20 seconds left in this ball game. And right now we got some free throws coming up, trying to make this a 2-possession game.
Chronister at the line. It's been an up and down affair. Labette County led by, gosh, almost 10 at one point, and the Dragons able to claw their way back in that third quarter while I was setting up the gear. I got to watch it all.
And yeah, we've seen that all season. These girls, these JV teams always bring the fireworks before the varsity game. It's very fun to watch while setting up.
Chronister comes away empty on both free throws, so it's still a game here for Labette County on the other end. Dragons got to get a stop. Oh, travel.
Oh, wow.
Man.
That's the first one we've seen tonight.
This is the first one you've seen.
First one they've called, excuse me.
No, they've called a few.
Okay. But turnover falls in favor of Pittsburgh. And
what's going on?
Off-ball foul.
Against Labette County?
So we're going
Man,
to
they called that from way back.
Yeah, he got a good angle of it.
Must have been obvious.
Through a telescope. But now we got number 1, Dayani Murray, the junior, at the line. The biggest 2 free throws of the season. Not able to come away with the first, but I have to imagine if you go 1 or 2 here.
Yeah, it's a. Labette County's got some shooters on this JV team. We've seen them make some 3-pointers, but they've been off the glass, so you want to put your money on that.
And she does. 13 seconds now. They got to push the pace. Deani picking up her half court. There's an open shooter. Not the glass, but time out. Labette County. All laughs over there. Thankful that she called the timeout.
Yeah, it was not the greatest shot.
No, you got time to draw a play up, but just not throw it away.
Now, the program for the game doesn't give us the JV coaches for either team, actually. So,
yeah, the knowledge.
But I think Carson Stewart's the JV coach for the Dragons, but I don't know if it's Heather Wilson or Rihanna Taylor who is the JV coach for Labette County. They're both over there.
I was going to say, you've seen a lot of coaching out of both of them tonight.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a joint effort over there. And
well, it takes a village, you know.
Yeah, it does.
To coach a JV team.
That's
so the Dragons
for sure
holding on to a 3-point lead. And Labette County has the ball coming out of the timeout.
Dragons have run this 2-3 zone all night. They look to keep running it here. Top of the key now. Traveled again when the game was on the line, and she knows it. It's still 5.5 seconds left.
Yeah, Tegan Shaw, she has been their best 3-point shooter tonight. And you know she was thinking about it right there and got caught shuffling her pivot foot.
As Lainey Trissler able to break away from the inbound pass, and just a second left. Pittsburgh looking like they're going to come away with this one in a very close affair. A great one to end the season on. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons JV girls. What a way to end their season. That's exciting for sure. Hoping that momentum carries on to this ladies varsity game and they can make it a dominating fashion and give themselves some momentum to build off of themselves in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess we got to get back to our pregame show now.
Bummer. That was a good game.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're going to get treated to another one or two.
We can always hope. And, you know, this team, they got both these boys and girls team have the firepower to do so. They got some exciting players. On the girls team, obviously, Mackenzie English. She can score from all 3 levels with not much effort, it feels like at times. And she's got a great supporting cast. Odessa Reed, Sophia Hertrud, Angie Miller, Natalie Gober, Anna Jorge. They've all played a huge role. Top to bottom, this team is just done. Everybody's played their role so well. That's why you've seen this first year head coach Coach Gagg just able to implement her plan so well because these girls have bought in right away and understood what she's trying to do, and you've seen the immediate result.
Yeah. Well, they struggled early, but they also played some super tough opponents early on in the season, and they've really gelled as a team and come together, and everybody seems to kind of know their role at this point. And it's been encouraging to watch these girls grow into the system. And they're going to have to keep playing good basketball from here on out because there's no more gimmies. It's playoff time for the Dragons, and you want to see that level of focus and effort here tonight against Labette County, even though the Dragons did defeat them, by about 20 earlier this year. But you would hope that level of focus, it shouldn't matter who the opponent is. It's about the Dragons and how they approach the game. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out here and take on Labette County tonight, because you're kind of setting the table for how you're going to play next week in that first round of Sub-State.
Yeah, this game kind of speaks volumes. The outcome of it will kind of tell you how this team's looking mentally and going into this playoff game. But before I go any farther, we should thank our pregame sponsor, Community National Bank and Trust. Your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters, from personal and business banking to mortgages, credit cards, and investments, CMB has the tools you need with the services you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mycmb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. But like we were saying, Josh, we got, of course, the regular season finale. You don't want to miss it. These girls, yet again, looking to have some momentum to build off of. A big win against Fort Scott, trying to keep that going, the dominant fashion. Hopefully they can carry that into playoffs and they can go dominate a couple teams on their home turf. Not everybody gets the courtesy of doing so. So
yeah,
that'll be really important for Pittsburg.
And you want to win all of these regular season games specifically for the purpose of being able to play at home in the playoffs. And the Dragons will host that first round. It's coming up next Wednesday. I believe that's March 3rd. No, March 4th. The boys will travel on Tuesday, March 3rd. And for the Dragon boys, they've actually struggled at home this year, so having to play your first-round playoff game on the road might not end up being such a bad thing for the Dragons, as long as they come ready to play off of the bus ride like they've done most of this season.
Yeah, the Dragon boys, only 2 wins at home this season. You have to say, I agree with you. There's no chance that an away game would hurt you at all. But it's going to be a very tough Class 5A opponent, one we haven't seen too lately. Besides, actually, no, we have seen very lately.
Yeah.
And Shawnee Heights lost 77-33.
Yeah, that was last Saturday. And the Dragons, quick turnaround, played on a Friday night, turned around and played on Saturday on the road up in the Topeka area, and only managed 33 points. But we've really struggled against some of those Topeka area teams. Dragons got it handed to them by Washburn Rural earlier this year in their tournament here in the Bill Hansen Memorial Tournament. And so they're going to play metro schools or Topeka area schools from here on out through the sub-state playoffs. And you won't see a team from the Wichita area anywhere like that unless you make it to the state tournament, because the state 5A bracket's divided east-west, and so you're only going to face Topeka and Kansas City schools in Class 5A from here on out.
Yeah, we're traveling north, and this season we haven't seen much success. Hopefully it turns around at the right time, but we got about 10.5 minutes left here. I say we go into our last break, and we'll come back with keys to the game and starting lineups and all that fun jazz before the senior night festivities kick off. You are watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. You are joined here by Michael Kissel alongside my good buddy Josh Lettner. We are just about 3.5 minutes out from this regular season finale. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons facing the Labette County Grizzlies. We got an exciting one ahead of you tonight. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, if you missed earlier, were the best of two teams back in January 16th. They won 53-27 at Labette. And they didn't look the greatest as well. A lot of turnovers offensively, a lot of mishaps that could have been easily prevented. So with a score like that, is with how reckless of a game it was very impressive. It goes to show the talent that we have. And you'd like to see in this last game of the season, these girls would kind of show that they've been really tidied up and they fixed all those kinks, and hopefully they can make that lead in the score a much more different picture than last time. But now that Josh joins me here again, I think it's about time we go into those keys of the game.
Hey, all right.
And Josh, I think we said time in and time out. I was just telling them that last game we scored 53 points, but it was a very reckless game, a lot of turnovers, and that's been the story all season. What I have right here is don't rely on the three-point shot and don't turn the ball over offensively.
Yeah, basically that's it darn near every game. And for the Dragons, it all comes down to chaos. Can you limit your own chaos and create a maximum amount of chaos for your opponent? And I think that's what we're going to see them do again here tonight. And sometimes it's great. Sometimes you just roll on somebody, and other times the chaos comes back to bite you and you end up committing a bunch of turnovers and letting the team back into a game. And fortunately, the Dragons have been able to limit their own chaos pretty well in the second half of this season, and we'll hope they keep that going here tonight and next week as well.
Yeah, you've seen that no matter what, chaos will ensue with this Purple Dragon team, but
there will be chaos.
No doubt about it. But what they did really well against Labette defensively was that high pressing defense we've seen night in and night out as well. What I have down here is press, press, press. I think that'll lead to a lot of chaos and turnovers that Labette really struggled with. They didn't look very clean at all with their passes. They didn't know how to address that press whatsoever. And I think you kind of allow that defense you have lead to your own offense and transition offense. You don't have to worry about having those turnovers in the half-court offense as much.
Yeah, and the Dragons put a lot of pressure on ball handlers, but they also played very well under the boards at Labette County. And when they throw up those shots out of rhythm, when your defense has disrupted the timing, you've got to get there to get the rebounds and not give up little bunny layups under the basket. And so for the Dragons, basically just keep doing what you've been doing over the last few weeks, and things should go in your favor here tonight.
Yes, they will, but we're going to step aside for a second. We have the national anthem coming up. We got to honor our country.
Got the show choir.
Wow, that's good to see. We haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, the whole group this time.
We're going to put our headsets down and let you guys enjoy their beautiful voices.
What's so
Just what we've come to expect from the encore.
Yep, bravo, bravo. I gotta say, they kill it every time. I don't know why they don't do it every time.
Well, we ought to get into these starting lineups before we get beat to the punch.
That'd be wise. We're gonna start with our visiting Labette County Grizzlies. I have that they are starting number 13, Amelia Carnahan. Number 24, Keely Good. Number 33, McKinley Baker. Number 40, Amory Baker. And then number 21, Peyton Davis. And now for your Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, you have your same usual number 2, Odessa Reed. Number 4, Anna Jorge. Number 11, Sylvia Hertrid. Number 21, Angie Miller. And number 30, Mackenzie English.
Couple of sophomores and a lot of seniors in that starting lineup. And again, it is senior night here in Pittsburgh, so between games, they're going to honor the seniors participating in activities in the spring.
And they deserve it. They've done a great job this basketball season. Odessa Reed and Anna Jorge, the first two coming out. Hertrid, the third, all receiving hugs from the parents at the end of the line and their fellow program partners. You can see this means a lot to them. They seem a little more giddier and jollier. See some tears out of Hertrid already tonight. You can tell how much it means to them this season.
Yeah, it's an emotional night for all these seniors, and hopefully it brings some positive emotions tonight. Hopefully the Dragons play well. And any homecoming game, senior night, that sort of thing, you always wonder about how a team's going to react because there's lots of off-the-court stuff going on, and you want them to be able to focus in on the job at hand, which is the game.
Yeah, you got to learn how to channel your emotions inside the basketball game. You got to leave all the outside stuff out of it. You know, the saying, your friends are your enemies on the court. So they got to learn how to channel those emotions and save all the exterior emotions for after this game. And you got to remember, this is not the end of your season. While yes, it's the regular season, you still got postseason basketball ahead of you, and you still got more home games ahead of you.
Yeah, for these girls, they're going to play another home game next week. But this is senior night, and it's traditionally always the final regular season game, and so you avoid having all of those festivities.
Is it center level? Surprise, surprise. Mackenzie English able to come down with the tip. Anna Jorge running the offense now. She'll hand off her duties to Mackenzie English. Angie Miller now in the wing. She'll find Hertrid at the top of the key. Just kind of being patient, surveying her options, letting the offense develop.
Labette County coming out with a man-to-man.
And Pittsburgh not used to that. We normally run into a lot of 2-3 zones trying to counter our strong interior offense, like you see right there, Mackenzie English forcing her defender to the ground and starting Pittsburgh off with a 2-0 lead. Pittsburgh coming right out of the bucket into a man press full court. Labette able to break it.
Yeah, Amy Baker just went down, I think, trying to get a charge call against English, but the officials didn't bite on it, and it resulted in a pretty easy layup.
And a very easy putback for number 24, Keely Good. No Pittsburgh defenders able to box her out on the long three-point shot. That equalizes it to a 2-2 ball game. A little tongue twister there.
Yeah.
Labette County since kind of moved into a 2-3 zone after that opening possession. Pittsburgh not adjusted to it, trying to force an entry pass to Mackenzie English. She was double teamed, was not able to receive it.
Yeah, you just got to count the number of defenders. Don't throw into a double team. It's basketball 101.
The shot up from number 13, Amelia Carnahan, no good, but rebounded by number 33, McKinley Baker. Then thrown away by number 24, Keely Good. Anna Jorge going down the transition, no good, but rebounded by Reed. She's got the easy putback under the basket. Pittsburgh leads 4-2. Labette now breaking that soft press. Now Pittsburgh falls back in that 2-3 zone. Amelia Carnahan having a hard time, but able to find an open Peyton Davis. She didn't find much on the backboard there, unable to cash in. Hertrid now with the jump ball into the basket, beating Keely Good for the rebound. It'll stay in possession of Labette County.
And if you're Hertrid, you got to keep twisting and throwing elbows and fighting for that ball. Don't just stand there and let somebody walk up and grab it.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little more aggressiveness and fight out of this defense. It's very, very active with their hands. As Hertrick kind of makes up for it, she does.
Pokes it away and resulted in an out-of-bounds call, and the Dragons get it right back.
Hertrick, a very smart defender. Just at times you wish she'd be a little more tenacious, but nonetheless, she will make up her mistakes when she makes them. Adelaide Gober now, her three, doesn't find anything at all. Rebounded by English, but unable to find the mark.
Yeah, too strong on the putback by McKenzie.
She kind of lost her footing, but now you have McKinley Baker traveling on the entry pass with a high post. Just unable to put the ball to the ground before her feet were moving.
These same officials are letting quite a bit of travel and go in that JV game. They've tightened it up here for this varsity game like you'd expect.
Yes, now you have Mackenzie English about 15 feet out, skipping it across the court to Hertrick for a wide open three-pointer. It's good. Hertrick able to strike first from behind the arc. What a way to start your senior night. And Amelia Carnahan now back up top to Peyton Davis, and that's gonna just roll out of bounds. A miscommunication on the far side of the court from the Grizzlies.
Is that 3 turnovers in a row where they've turned the ball over? Or 3 possessions in a row, excuse me?
Yes, it has. 3 possessions in a row, and that's that Pittsburgh brand of basketball that you see. The Grizzlies unable to handle it, but now you see a 30-second timeout in response to these 3 consecutive turnovers, and the Purple Dragons are dancing.
Well, so far they've created more chaos than they've fallen victim to. That's good news for the Dragons early.
Yes, it is, and when the Dragons are able to do that, good things normally ensue. So we got to hope they can keep up that high pressure and limit their mistakes offensively. The Dragons will inbound on the far side of the court now. Angie Miller, after that first month or so of basketball, has kind of taken over this point guard role, and I'd say she's done a pretty bang-up job at it. She's facilitated this offense very well, and it's been very helpful against those high-pressing defense. As Hertrick throws it away to Peyton Davis, going down, blocked by Gober. Hertrick blocked the rebound too, but she caught the foul as well. That's number 24, Keely Good, trailing in transition behind Peyton Davis to make up for Davis's missed layup.
And not a great pass by Hertrick, but at the same time, Gober can't stand still. You got to close with the passer to make that a shorter pass.
Got to come to the ball. Gober at the point guard position. Mueller just kind of has more of a knack to make sure the offense runs smoothly.
Yeah, they're both sophomores, and occasionally, you know, sophomores are going to sophomore.
Yep.
But
we've seen that plenty this season.
Yeah.
But Gober, a very prominent scoring threat. She had 15 points last time these two teams met. So her offensive presence is not missed at all whatsoever. As she finds Anna Jorge at the top of the key, who's going to skip it to a wide open English in the corner for 3 off the back of the rim. And rebounded by Labette.
And I know McKenzie can really drill those three-pointers, but if you're Labette County, you'll settle for her shooting a 3 from the corner.
Corner 3 is the lowest percentage shot in basketball. As you find a jump ball from Adelaide Gober, getting scrappy on the ground against number 24, Keely Good. Pittsburgh is in favor of the possession error, so they will inbound it on the baseline.
Gober, a really good defender, especially at the varsity level for a sophomore. She's only going to get better. Where you'd like to see her game improve is just decisions that concern the possession of the basketball.
Agreed. As she pulls up a 3 in the left wing, swish! That's the presence she brings offensively.
Yeah.
She's not more of a ball handler naturally. She's a three-point shooter, and she's really proven it both times against Labette County so far this season. Now you have Peyton Davis, leading scorer in last time's affair as well. She's able to find the high post attacker, number 40, Amory Baker, but just not able to find the mark, and it'll be rebounded by Pittsburgh. Gober now on the right wing this time around, fighting this 2-3 defense. Angie Miller now finds the entry pass to Anna Jorge at the high post, and she's fouled, put the defender on the ground.
Yeah,
and that'll be charged against number 40, Amory Baker.
And if Baker had been standing still and not moving her feet, she might have got the charge there, but she was shuffling her feet around. And that results in the blocking foul.
Just a mistimed defensive effort from Emery Baker. Anna Jorge in the far corner with no help. Poked away by Good. Excuse me, that's Carnahan, and she had her hand on the ball while it was out of bounds, so it'll stay in favor of Pittsburgh on this near side out of bounds line. Miller will inbound to Gober, who finds Jorge. She rips and drives from the right wing. Tries to bounce pass it under the basket to Reed, and she doesn't come up with it.
Almost any other pass would have worked there, but there's a real predominance of bounce passes that aren't necessarily the best idea.
No, they aren't. That shot was no good from number 12, Jackie School, on the far wing. And you've seen a couple of those far wing three-point shots so far this game. None of them hit the mark yet, but Labette trying to come back in this game by way of the three-pointer. Angie Miller and Natalie Gober working against this press that Labette's showing, this little diamond 1-2-2 formation.
Now Gober needs help. There's English.
Angie Miller wide open on the left corner. She pulls up. Yes! Pittsburgh looking alive, picking up where they left off in Fort Scott.
If these girls hit their outside shots, they're real hard to beat.
They put so many more points on the board when they're scoring from all three levels, and that's when they're going to be dangerous during playoff basketball, as this high-pressing defense forcing yet another turnover.
Yeah, I thought for a minute that who is 12 for?
12 is Jackie School.
I thought Scholl was going to get there for that one and just couldn't haul it in.
No, she couldn't, as Jorge now finds Gober in the right wing from deep. Yes! Again, the girls are draining them from three. That was from NBA range almost. Natalie Gober just proving what she can do just as a sophomore this season. It's been very impressive.
And there's a travel there. Good post position that time. And
yeah, Kayla McCoy positioned herself very well to seal off English, just not disciplined by the feet. Yet another turnover forced by Pittsburgh. And you see it just 2 minutes up in this first quarter, a 16-3 affair. The girls just playing their brand of basketball to a T right now, and the scoreboard is directly reflecting it. Miller calling out the offense, calling for a screen. She finds Gober. She drives in. A little runner off the backboard. Gober has met her maker. These Labette County Grizzlies cannot find a way to stop her.
Somebody tell Adelie it's senior night, not sophomore night.
Still in the limelight she is, as Mackenzie English comes away with another steal. It's fouled on the outlet pass. A minute 40 now. Only 3 fouls in this first quarter. Only 1 committed by Pittsburgh, which is very impressive for how many turnovers that they've created.
Yeah, and as aggressive as they are defensively, if they get out of a quarter with 1 team foul, that's amazing.
It's incredible. That's exactly what Pittsburgh needs. Now English will get her breath. She'll sit for the remainder of the quarter, come back fresh for the second. Angie Miller now bringing it up. Elkamil came in for English. She has the ball now in this left corner. Had a very good JV game we saw moments ago. She makes a really nice move to spin into the basket, but just off the mark.
Well, you can see it. It's there. There's potential there.
Oh, and it's on Jorge.
Elkamil's going to play a huge role for the Dragons next season.
No, the future is very bright for Pittsburgh. They're only graduating 3 seniors who all 3 played a very pivotal role in this team this year, but their slack will be picked up very well in upcoming seasons. As now you have number 33, McKinley Baker, receiving it in the high post, and yet again, just an unforced travel.
Yeah, she just caught it. No one was around her, and just, I think her pass timing got messed up, and she moved her feet.
We've seen too many of those, you'd argue, in this first quarter by Labette. Pittsburgh just let it play into your hands and score, try to generate points off turnovers, but Adelie Gober throws it back to Labette with just 50 seconds left in this first quarter.
And that's the type of position or possession decision you'd like to see it Gober improve on. But man, when she's shooting the lights out like she has been, you're really nitpicking.
Yeah, you really are finding
the cup half empty there, yeah.
And that was more prominent at the start of the season. That's why you saw that point guard change. But
yeah,
Coach Gegg able to find a role where she's much more fittable into.
She appears just way more comfortable being the 2 guard than the point.
And she's just taken it and ran with it. As there's the entry pass to number 33, McKinley Baker, and she's just mauled by Odessa Reed and
Yeah, you're not getting that shot up.
company. Yeah, not at all. And they said she was in the act of shooting.
They got that on Elkamil.
They got that on Kendall Elkamil, who
That's a senior foul out of a sophomore.
Make her earn them.
First one rattled in.
And if you're Pittsburgh, you're okay with that. Like you said, make her earn them. They haven't had any good opportunities offensively, so when they find an entry pass like that, and you've only committed 3 team fouls in the first quarter, you're okay with that. The second one's off the mark, rebounded by English. She's looking to slow it down. You got 35 seconds left, about 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Slow it down and find a good shot. Have 20 points going into the second quarter. English working her defender in the post. Fouled on the ground. She had a good look at the basket with her left hand, but she was off the mark, and thankfully the foul was called. They're going to get a chance under the baseline.
I think the offensive play kind of broke down, and McKenzie just did what she does and headed for the bucket and able to get the foul call. And now the Dragons hopefully going to run the play Coach K wants on the inbound.
And Jamila now in the corner. She finds Jorge, who finds English, stealing off the defender. Post fade over 3 defenders, off the mark. Rebounded, Labette pushing it. That's Keely Good. 13 seconds now. She finds a corner shooter, Peyton Davis. Yet again, a travel off the pass.
Yeah, it's that first step without the dribble that the officials are really watching tonight like a hawk. And
I think they're doing a good job because these are travels that we are seeing out of Labette.
Yeah, you don't always see them called. That's the thing, and then players get used to doing it.
As Gober is
too much dribbling.
Closely defended by Peyton Davis. Heaved up at the buzzer. Oh, just off the mark, number 52, Kaylin McCoy, a little awkward 15-foot hook shot. Rattled in and out.
Yep.
That's a 18-4 final score of your first quarter. Pittsburgh up after 1. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to second half action. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons leading going into the second with a score of 18-4. They were able to just dominate and enforce their will on these Grizzlies in this first quarter. Looking to do the same in this second. The ball in the far corner for the bet right now. Keely Good back at the top of the key. Peyton Davis was begging for it under the basket. She has it now on the right wing. Back to the corner, that's Carnahan. Triple teamed, and she's able to knife her way through a uncomfortable Pittsburgh defense and pick up a foul on the floor.
They got that one on Odessa Reed, and I don't know, she's out there on the perimeter, not necessarily where she's the most comfortable.
No, that's not her strong suit. As she gets to beat off the dribble on the inbound, nice little runner by number 33. That is McKinley Baker finding her first points of the ball game.
Just the second field goal of the game for Labette County.
Yeah, Pittsburgh doing a great job of not allowing any easy looks for Labette, forcing a lot of turnovers as the ball is skipped across the corner to Hertrud, who's passed to Miller. No good from behind the arc, rebounded by Reed, knocked out of her hands. Peyton Davis throws it away, finds the hands of Keely Good somehow. Carnahan pushing it back up to Peyton Davis, back to Carnahan in the corner. Playing hot potato with Davis. She's blocked, rebounded by Reed after an airball 3. Miller looking to slow the pace.
Hertrick got it deflected from behind, and then Reed did a great job not falling out of bounds.
Way to save the possession. English finds Reed under the basket. Yes, we saw a lot of that against Forrest Scott, that little two-man action down low by the Mackenzie English and Odessa Reed.
And another travel.
Another travel by Labette. You have to wonder what is going on. You don't see this many travels in a game ever, let alone from one team in the first 10 minutes of a game.
Well, you got to dribble before you start running, and they've gotten a couple steps. They want to take a couple steps before they start dribbling. The officials are all over it tonight.
Mackenzie English double teamed on the inbound, no good, but rebounded by Odessa Reed on the opposite side of the rim. Of course, she makes it. Stolen by Hertrick on the inbound. She's coming downhill. Oh, just misses the M1 opportunity. She's laughing it off, having fun as she always does. She's got a chance to shoot too. And you just saw in this second quarter, Odessa Reed kind of decided to have one of those quarters that she does each and every game. She likes to pick and choose a quarter each game where she's going to try to score at least 10 points.
Streaky.
Very streaky, and it always comes at the right time when it feels like other players aren't able to pick up that slack. Timely scoring is something Pittsburgh has become accustomed to, as Adelie Gober will sub on for number 21, Angie Miller, who did a great job in these first 10 minutes of this game, controlling the offense and limiting these turnovers. Hertrick unable to come away with the first, but bounces back and scores her first point of the ball game tonight. 23-6 in favor of Pittsburgh. The Grizzlies looking at a very intimidating press. Throwing right into Odessa Reed's hands. She's going down the court for a transition layup. She's made it through a tough layup through hard contact. Pittsburgh extends the lead to 19, and promptly you see a full timeout from the Grizzlies after that full court press is forcing so many rapid turnovers that led all to points. You saw, like I mentioned, a full timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. They're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Pittsburgh looking very promising in these first 10 minutes of action, getting prepared for Class 5A playoff action.
And the Dragons, the only 5A school in the SEK League, and these girls kind of looking like it here tonight as they're trying to get warmed up for a very different sub-state bracket.
And Odessa Reed just playing that brand of basketball that Pittsburgh does so well, taking their hands to the basketball. And she finds her second team foul, so promptly Kendall Elkamil will come in and give her a breather. And I can't imagine they force her back into the ballgame this second quarter with the cushion you have. Pittsburgh falls back into their 2-3 zone. Number 12, Jackie Scholl finds it to number 10, Kylie Roberts. Back up to Scholl at the top of the key. This 2-3, 1-2-2 looking zone right now, pressing a lot of problems for Labette County. The entry pass deflected by English, found by Elkamil, who finds Jorge down the stretch. She's unable to make a wide open layup off the front of the rim, rebounded by Labette. Number 13 pressing the pace. She finds a runner off the backboard in the center of the paint. Labette scores 8 points now through 11 minutes of action.
It's important for the Dragons, though, to take care of business, not let them back into this one, and don't fall in love with the three-point shot.
I see English doing so right there off the side of the rim and unable to be rebounded because you missed Reed in the bottom of the paint. As there's an air ball in the air in the court by Scholl, falls right into the lap of Elkamil. She's pushing the pace. All the way to the basket. Nice little Euro step through two defenders, just off the back of the rim and unsuccessfully rebounded by English. Number 13, Amelia Carnahan pushing the pace, doing it all herself. She'll go all 94 feet and off the back of the backboard, rebounded by Gober, who's being harassed. And she gets called for the foul. That'll go on number 30. That is, I don't have a 30 on the roster. That's a new face, Carson Bates, the 5'5" sophomore, getting scrappy with Gober, along with 3 other counterparts, and Gober able to come away with that one. As Angie Miller beats the press with a long skip pass to Hertrude, who finds Kendall Elkemill streaking behind the back cut for a wide open layup. The lead is extended to 19 as Labette quickly pushes the pace the other way, breaking the press. Peyton Davis now at the top of the key. She finds a wide open number 40. That is Emery Baker, and she's fouled on a shot going up. Number 11, Hertrude, walks away with the foul. That's her second. But you saw on the other end of the court, Kendall Elkemill, just a sophomore, making such a veteran move. Back cut on the press break.
Yeah, and she sprinted the length of the floor after playing that pretty much the full JV game as well.
One of the more conditioned players in this court by far. You've seen that JV game, she's playing almost all the minutes, and she's running up and down the court the whole time as both free throws are unsuccessful by Emery Baker. Miller now finds Gober in the left wing, who finds Mackenzie English on a nice little down screen by Miller through double coverage. She gets fouled on the way up and an uncomfortable landing on that angle, trying to ease the pressure off of it. She's walking.
The absolute most important thing for these Dragon girls is to get out of this game healthy.
Yes.
You don't want anybody rolling an ankle or twisting the knee or anything like that. Catching a finger in the eye or something heading into the sub-state playoffs next week.
I imagine if that becomes a slightest worry, you bench her for the rest of the game. It's not worth it at all. This game doesn't mean anything in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, as she's able to find her first. That extends the lead to 20.
The Dragons, unfortunately, not in a position to catch up to Independence for the league championship.
The second is no good, but like you were saying, Independence 11-0 in conference, so that's out of reach.
It's hard to believe when you've watched them play that nobody's been able to beat them this year.
A long 3 by Peyton Davis, way off the mark. A good effort by Carnahan to try to save it in, but the ball bounced on the end line, so Pittsburgh will inbound from the end line.
Yeah.
Angie Miller now got room to walk up the court, pushed it to Gober, who's open on the right wing. She won't shoot. Elkemill will at the top of the key, just off the mark.
And it bounces out of bounds, and that's where maybe try to work it down low and get a higher percentage shot than just taking that 3 so early in the shot clock.
Yeah, and Elkemill, that sophomore presence, she's still learning, but you see in those JV games, every time she gets the ball, she's shooting with confidence. That's a very in-rhythm shot for her. As Labette now will shoot from the top of the free throw line, and Elkemill in the midst of scrapping for a rebound and forcing a travel when Labette's trying to find a second chance opportunity. That's the benefits of Kendall Elkemill. And you'll see Mackenzie English subbed off for number 13. That is Kylie Serrano filling in for the foul-troubled Odessa Reed and kind of injured, concerned Mackenzie English.
Well, yeah, they're just protecting players because they know that this game doesn't really amount to much.
As Gober makes a very crafty move to get out of a triple team, but a very low percentage 20-foot mid-range shot off the mark and rebounded by Labette. As Amelia Carnahan now cutting her way through the defense, and finds a wide open layup at the front of the rim, uncontested by all 5 defenders, and Coach Gegg let the defenders hear about it.
Well, very upset. There was no inside presence in the middle of that lane. Serrano didn't even get a hand up on the shot. And if you come in to replace the big, guess what you're supposed to be is the last line of defense.
Yeah, and when you're filling shoes like Mackenzie English and Odessa Reed, as Pittsburgh fans are accustomed to, you got to step up there and make a play on it.
Yeah, and so it'll be interesting to see how long those girls end up sitting in this game. The Dragons with a 18-point lead, but it was 22 just moments ago, and giving up a couple of easy looks to Labette County.
Yeah, while it is, you already have that playoff spot solidified. You're hosting a home game at least once, and you can't win first place in the SCK. It's still a basketball game, and you're competing.
I mean, you want to win.
Night out. You want to win.
And especially the younger players,
Yes.
you want to see improvement and effort, and you want to make sure that they're picking up what you're putting down if you're Coach Gegg.
Yeah, and while this is senior night, this is almost a showcase for the next line of next generation of players for this Pittsburgh varsity squad next year. And they're kind of seeing a preview of it right now. Kendall Elkemill inbounding to Angie Miller, who's got 3 other players down the court. Adelie Ober, Riley Mantooth, and Serrano, all underclassmen. You'd like to see how this offense runs in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, this is a lineup of your super sophomores out there on the floor right now. Serrano is she a junior?
She's a junior.
Yeah,
yes.
she's a junior, but I think everybody else out on the floor right now is a sophomore.
That would be correct. Everybody else out here is a sophomore, of course, excluding Serrano, who will also be playing varsity time next year. As Elkemill's corner 3 was off the mark on the inbound, and Angie Miller, the smallest player out there, able to find a jump ball on the rebound and flip that possession arrow in favor of Pittsburgh, and they'll inbound under the basket. Elkemill now, driving on the baseline, over 3 defenders. She fuses the glass and doinks it in.
Aggressive play by Kendall Elkemill. She's very comfortable driving on that baseline. And she's the kind of player as a sophomore who's never met a shot she doesn't like.
And that's rare to see, as number 30, a great reverse layup, puts Labette at 12 points. That was Carson Bates. As Elkemill yet again driving under the basket, the exact same shot off the mark this time around, as Serrano will get an over the back foul, trying to create a second chance effort off Elkemill's very aggressive offensive strategies. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Pittsburgh up 30-12.
But that's their 4th team foul, and so one more on the next foul. Labette County's gonna be shooting free throws.
And Pittsburgh, despite that, staying in that full court press, playing very hands-off but hands-on defense, as Anna Jorge will swat it right into Angie Miller's hands, facing the heavy pressure of Kylie Roberts going the full length of the court. Finds Mackenzie English to top the key through a little bit of clutter. Elkemill in that far corner, she favors so much for 3. Kendall Elkemill is catching fire in this second quarter. That extends the lead to 21.
She's responsible for the Dragons' last 5 points. Mantooth almost came away with a steal right there. Oh, there's a foul going to be on English.
Mackenzie English going for the block. She's been so successful this season, but Anne-Marie Baker posing a serious threat so far under the basket. That's English's first personal, thankfully.
Yeah, he'll take it. Almost all the way through the first half, she picks up her first personal. That's all right.
And you've only seen a handful of games where she struggled with fouls. So as a prominent of a player she is for Pittsburgh, both offensively and defensively, you're happy to hear it's only for her first foul.
Yeah, she's probably the most fundamentally sound all-around player on the roster. And so if you're the Dragons, keeping her healthy, keeping her out of foul trouble, and getting her the basketball has been a priority.
Now you got about 75 seconds left in this first half. Angie Miller bringing it up. Finds Elkemill in that right wing. She's going right into the defender's contact as Briley Mantooth will pull up from way downtown. Falls right into the hands of English under the basket, who kicks out to Jorge. Just off the mark from the corner 3. And it falls into the hands of Labette. This is Carnahan on the right wing with 50 seconds left. Picks up the ball, trick double coverage. It gets skipped all the way across the corner now to the entry. That's number 52.
I don't know how you call a foul on that. She just lost it down around her waist. I'll be interested to see who they whistle this foul on. They got it on Mantooth.
Mantooth is reaching in, trying to support English down low.
I don't think Coach Gegg likes that call, just from the non-verbals I'm getting. I'm sure the officials heard some verbals too, but we can't hear them from up here.
Yeah, Coach Gegg doing a great job of coaching her team up all season long. She's very good at teaching in these very dead ball moments, getting as much coaching as she can in, as McCoy's unsuccessful from her second shot. 1 for 2 from the line. Angie Miller now finds Mantooth at the high post. She finds a cutting English under the basket, and she is fouled. She'll get 2 shots.
She was super deep under that bucket and really didn't have anywhere to go with it. And if you're Labette County, you hate to see that foul because chances are that shot wasn't going to go down, but the foul's going to send her to the line.
And if you're Pittsburgh, you're happy.
Yeah.
Well, she knocks down the first. 34-15. This next free throw can extend that lead to 20 with just 30 seconds left in this first half.
Pretty quiet behind us right now. I imagine it'll be a lot louder during the boys' game.
As English finds both of her shots at the line. She gets subbed out for Serrano. She pleads her case to Coach Gegg on her 1 foul she committed this half. As Carnahan finds number 10, Roberts, who finds Carnahan. He finds Roberts yet again at the top of the key, trying to find a way to cut through this 2-3 defense that's really good at creating turnovers. One's almost created there. High post now, number 40. Little fade away from 5 feet out over Serrano to cut that lead back down to 18. 3, 2, 1. Full court heat from Jorge. No good. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons lead 35-17 after 1 half of action. We will talk about it on the other half of this first halftime break. You're watching Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
boys are missing layups in the layup line.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Live. This halftime show brought to you by GM Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GM Bank. Find out more at gn-bank.com. Well, Josh, we saw a very formidable first half. Pittsburgh, the ladies were able to take care of business, kind of repeating what we did in that first matchup. But I'd argue they've ironed out some kinks since then.
Yeah, they have, and it's just a matter of keeping everybody healthy and preserving this lead going down the stretch here tonight. It'll be interesting to see with Reed and English on the bench. I would expect for much of the second half, where is the inside presence going to come from for the Dragons? Because Labette County, when those two are on the bench, they're able to get into the lane and score almost at will against whoever the Dragons bring into the game to replace them. So we're going to hope to see some improvement from some of the reserve players in the second half as well. But when you're leading by more than 15 at the half, your chances are you're going to be okay. But the Dragons can't fall asleep at the wheel in the second half, because Labette County, they got nothing to lose. They're going to keep coming at you for the next 16 minutes, and you're going to have to put together some stops defensively and some scores offensively, even if your star players aren't in the game.
Yep, preserving your team while keeping success. That's a task at hand that Pittsburgh has to deal with right now, but I think you might as well dive into our first half stats, brought to you by Canard Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canard Eye Care is here to make sure you can see what you're looking at. Canard Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at canardeyecare.com. Well, starting with your visiting Labette County Grizzlies, who tallied 17 points. They were led by Amelia Carnahan with 2 points, all coming in the first quarter. That followed up by Keely Good with 3 points, all coming from the first quarter. And then you have 2 points coming from Amory Baker and McKinley Baker. And then you have a point coming from Kayla McCoy and Peyton Davis. And Amory Baker also had 4 points. So that rounds out your score at 17.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that Labette County didn't make a field goal in that entire second quarter. All of their points, I don't know that that's correct. I think they did make some field goals in that second quarter.
So I know they made 2. I think I just gave her an extra 2.
That's why all of our stats are unofficial.
Always unofficial.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt, please.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. But moving on to our Pittsburgh Purple Dragons, I know I got these right. They got 35 points in that first half, on par to score 70. That would be pretty awesome going into the playoffs. But anyways, Odessa Reed kind of took over in the latter half of that first quarter, leading your Dragons with 8 points. And that's joined by Adelie Gober, who in the first half of that first quarter had a pair of threes and then a nice little runner in the lane. She's got 8 as well. And then you have Sophia Hertrid with the 3 and 2 free throws. She's got 5, followed by Kendall Alchemil, Mackenzie English with 4 points. And then to round it out, Angie Miller had a 3 somewhere in that first quarter. Pittsburgh just looking very confident scoring the basketball.
And tenacious on the defensive end, and that's really where it all started. Is they turned Labette County over a bunch of times, and at some point, defensively, they got in their heads, and Labette County committed like 6 different traveling violations in like a span of 2 minutes and gave the ball right back to the Dragons, and that's when this thing really got out of hand, is when Labette County just couldn't even get into an offense because they were constantly traveling.
Yep, and on the other half of this break, we'll dive more in depth on that, the woes of Labette and the success of Pittsburgh. But we're going to go ahead and get into our second of 3 halftime breaks presented by GM Bank. We'll see you on the other half of this Pittsburgh Sports Live presentation.
Thanks to your support, Canard Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Canard Eye Care, the clear choice for your family.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Every tax season a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back.
Welcome back to Dragon Basketball here on Pittsburg Sports Live. Coming right out of the action here, inbounded by Labette. They have possession coming out of the half. That's good on the top of the key. She finds Davis. Back to Good in the left wing, trying to find an answer to this suffocating defense. There's an answer. Sophia Hercher playing great defense on number 33, McKinley Baker. But the press by Labette able to turn the ball right back over. Angie Miller fighting against Davis under the basket, and Davis able to steal the first 2 points of the second half.
And the Dragons got to get better after they rebound of anticipating the fact that somebody's going to be slapping and grabbing at that ball as soon as you come down with it.
Hercher now at the top of the key. Getting pressured by Davis. She picks the ball up, but she finds English on the right wing. She's picked up. Jorge finds Hercher under the basket, who finds an open read, but just unable to steal the defender, but she saves it to English. She'll pull up for 15 feet, way off the mark. Labette County rebounded, hoping to go on a run here and shorten this deficit.
Well, the Dragons are doing the best they can to help them out here early in this third quarter.
Wide open three by Davis, just off the back of the rim. Pittsburgh got lucky there. Rebounded by English. She pushes the pace. She finds an open Hercher to cross the court. She'll drive against four defenders. She's fouled. Just misses the M1 opportunity. She's going to go to the line for two.
That's the second time tonight. She's had a real good look at the bucket, drawn the contact, but just hasn't been able to get the shot to fall. But she's done okay from the free throw line. I think she's 1 of 2.
Hercher is 2 of 3 I have down here.
2 of 3. There we go. That's even better.
She makes the first one.
That one took a while to make its mind up whether it was going to go in.
Yeah, indecisive basketball, but falls in the favor. Second one's up, and it rolls around the basket and falls out, falls into the hands of Good. Carnahan now running right into Jorge. She gets around her somehow. Hercher showing a little bit of pressure on the wing. Back up to Davis. Good now against Miller. Looking for an entry pass. Can't find it. She gets it now. That's 33 Baker. Finds Davis cutting in, who finds a wide open Carnahan in the corner. Unsuccessful off the back of the rim. Rebounded by English. She's looking for an outlet pass, as she always does up the court. Just reserves to the option of Miller, who finds English. She finds Hertrude on the corner, but just off the front of the rim on a wide open three-pointer. That's her shot, and you'd like to see her come down with it, but unsuccessful this time. Jorge will smack it away. Reed pushing the pace back to Jorge. She'll take it back out promptly. English for a pull-up three at the top of the key. Nothing but air.
And you see the Dragons last 2 times down, 3-point shots. There's no need to be shooting 3-pointers at this point. Take a little more time off the shot clock and try and get a higher percentage shot a little bit closer to the basket than the 3-point line.
What they did so well against Fort Scott was controlling the pace offensively. This game you're seeing defensively, they're having a hard time at transitioning. That pace is slowing down and finding a good shot from all 3 levels. As Good finds a good look, but off the mark from the 3-point land. English pushing the pace one before. She's going to find an open Miller, who's going to pump fake 3 defenders. Back out to English at the top of the key. She'll try again off the front of the rim. No good again.
Another 3-point shot.
Pittsburgh struggling to run the offense as Coach Gegg says, slow down, let's run our offense.
Yeah,
we have all the weapons.
Rushing into the first 3-point shot they can take.
And when you're up by 16, I don't even know how to do math, 17 points at this point in time, slow it down, find a good look, take 15, 20 seconds off the shot clock and extend that lead. Carnahan now dribbling between 4 defenders and finds an entry pass right into Odessa Reed's hands. English now to bring it up the court. She finds Miller, who just doesn't receive it. Falls right into the hands of Carnahan. The offense struggling again, to settle in.
Getting in a hurry for not really any good reason. Slow it down. All. There's another turnover.
Labette just playing right back into the hands of Pittsburgh defensively. Jorge just standing still, trying to slow it down. English has other intentions as Reed cuts through the basket and gets a wide open look under the basket.
There it is in the lane.
That's her 10-point.
High percentage shot, and it came quickly. But that's the kind of shot you want when you're leading by 17.
As a 3 by number 43, Kirsten Moore is unsuccessful. Rebounded by Hertrude yet again.
Reed standing right behind her. You got to talk. Odessa needs to be yelling at her. I'm right here. I'm right here. Hertrude doesn't have eyes in the back of her head, unfortunately, because Reed was wide open.
And Coach Gegg saving that possession away from a jump ball by calling that 30-second timeout. Trying to keep that possession error in favor of Pittsburgh.
I mean, the Dragons still have Labette County out of sorts, but they've started this third quarter out of rhythm. And they look herky-jerky offensively. Defensively, they're still causing turnovers, still getting the ball, but they're not taking care of it to get it down the floor, and they're settling for 3-point buckets.
And that's why you haven't seen this lead extended yet. Pittsburgh, like you said, just out of sorts, and it's uncharacteristic. We saw such a good game played against Fort Scott. All 4 quarters, they were able to run their offense out at their own pace and their defense, and that's why they won by 40 points. This time out, you're seeing they're kind of just getting ahead of themselves and maybe the festivities, maybe the end of the season, something.
Maybe they don't respect their opponent a whole heck of a lot. That could also be, you don't feel like you need to play your fundamentally best game because you're going to hopefully win either way. And there's a jump ball on the other end. And a ball fake. Ball fake would be good.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh yet again just going to that high-low offense, and they're finding their opportunity down low, but they got to learn how to
disrupt the timing. Yes. Disrupt the timing of the defender just a little bit.
You're not playing against parking cones. Odessa Reed will get the entry pass and then throw it out of bounds.
Way too high over the head of, I think it was intended for Jorge.
It was, but Jorge's also not 7 foot tall.
Yeah, she'd have had to been a 1.5 feet taller.
Odessa Reed, a little bit of wishful thinking there at that pass. Carnahan now gets his press. She breaks it with one pass. Roberts now tries to find a cutting number 43, Kirsten Moore, and it'll fall out of bounds again. Pittsburgh,
what they getting their opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
What they're having defensively, they're creating great turnovers. They just cannot
get it going.
That into offense.
Yeah, get it going on the offensive end.
Hertrude now at the top of the key finds a wide open back cutting English. Great offensive possession that time round. English able to a great back cut behind the zone, and that'll hopefully break the ice for Pittsburgh in this second half. Roberts now breaking the press in the corner. That's McCoy. She finds Bates throws it into the hands of Hertrid, deflected and stolen. You had another turnover for Labette, just unable to work off of these struggling Dragons offensively.
Hertrick, a very active, long-arm defender. She's broken up a bunch of passes this season.
And that's one of the 3 seniors we'll miss because all that disruption she causes down there, it makes all the difference.
Yep.
And offensively, she plays her role. She sits in that corner. She migrates the offense, has great back cuts, runs great in transition, and she'll hit the occasional 3, and that'll most times be a morale booster. As it is right here, off the back of the rim, a good try.
No rebounders under there, though. And Hertrick, if you're going to shoot that shot, you got to follow that shot.
Yes, you do. But it really is strange. Reed and McKinsey English most times aren't down there. There's a long 3 by Carnahan, falls right into the hands of Roberts. Yet again, not rebounded by English or Reed. That's a second chance effort for Labette.
Reed was way out from under the bucket, out of position for the rebound, and English really the only player under there for the Dragons.
English down the left wing, finding Reed under the basket, doing a great job of sealing her defender. And she's fouled in the shot. Just did a great job of sealing off Baker, which led to the wide open attempt, but Baker just reaching over that shoulder. That's her 4th foul in this ball game.
That's trouble for Labette County because she's their best post player by a mile.
Yeah, she's shown by far the most fortitude offensively and defensively. Very tall task on Odessa Reed and Mackenzie English. I'd say she's held around pretty well.
English will sit man too thin to the game.
And for Labette County, obviously, Baker will sit with her 4th foul.
Reed gets her own rebound. And the putback.
That extends the lead to 22 now. Davis pushing the pace against 5 Pittsburgh defenders, off too strong off the back of the glass. An outlet pass by Reed to push the pace, just runs out of bounds. And you can see Pittsburgh just loves to try to run in transition.
Through that one, she thought Adelie Gober was going to move, and so tried to throw it where Gober was going to be, and Adelie stood still and then had to try and catch up to it and couldn't quite.
Davis now looking for an entry pass. Just wasn't there. Forced it into number 33. That is McKinley Baker. It just wasn't even close to her hand. Lost it out of bounds. Pittsburgh has the ball now. Labette showing a press.
Yeah, and Dragons get enough numbers on the inbounding into the floor and almost turn it over there.
Odessa Reed, some awkward scoop attempt at the basket where another teammate, I'm not sure, but it's swatted out of bounds. Thankfully, Pittsburgh will regain possession under the basket. 27 seconds left in this shot clock, 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. You'd like to see a valued possession here, but it's just thrown away by Elkamil.
Well, I mean,
nobody got open.
No, nobody was really moving, and Gober moved about 5 feet to her right, and Elkamil tried to hit her, but that was too long of a pass, and the defender able to close and cut it off.
And Gober will find her 1st foul right after that inbound pass that fell into the defender guarding her.
And again, we got a lot of young players out on the floor right now for the Dragons. Reed's still out there. And there's another held ball.
Gober making up for it. The foul, gets a jump ball with Baker under the basket. Pittsburgh undersized, they only got one. They're used to having English and Odessa Reed down there. Just Odessa Reed right now working against.
Yeah, I guess technically your bigs are Reed and Elkamil.
It's almost a hybrid.
Yeah.
Now you got the much taller task of McCoy coming in. Odessa Reed's got her work cut out for her as she drives down the key. She's looking for somebody to pass out to. She finds Davis, a good pump fake to get past Hertridge. She finds a shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by McCoy, who finds Baker at the elbow, off the back of the rim. Rebounded again by Davis.
Can the Dragons
off the
box somebody out and get a rebound?
Rebounded again by Baker, who throws it off Reed's face.
Third timeout, Labette County.
And just no defensive rebounding by Pittsburgh. That was 4 second chance efforts.
The first time around, all of the defenders were on the right side of the floor, and the shot came from the right side and caromed off to the left side, and there were no white jerseys over there to rebound.
Yeah, and you see Coach Gegg right now telling him box out. You saw Odessa Reed just staring at the basket like the ball was going to fall into her hands. And that's just not the case.
And when you're shuffling lineups like Coach Gegg has been this game, sometimes these guys aren't really sure like who's doing what out there on the floor, and you can kind of see it on some of these missed shots. They aren't exactly sure who's going to be where and don't come away with the rebound.
Now, yeah, like you said, the younger lineup and these little things, you'd like to see these things get ironed out going into this Class 5A playoffs. You want to see the team look strong and no kinks left to worry about, as McCoy will find a wide open baby hook under the basket and the baseline out of bounds to cut the lead to 20. As Hertrid,
you knew the full court pressure was there, and the Dragons throw it away. Like, it's the same thing that gave them trouble the second week of the season, and they still haven't exactly cracked the code on the full court press. Now we see a shift change for the Dragons, a lot more experience coming out on the floor.
Coach Gegg's
like, okay, enough of that.
Yeah, let's get back into playoff basketball form here as the ball is inbounded to Davis. A great play by Labette to find Baker down low, but blocked by English as she's going to push the pace. On a Jorge now to Miller in the left wing. Back to Jorge. These Labette County defenders active in the passing lanes, trying to create turnovers. Miller would throw it off 3 different sets of feet.
Yeah, and just that bounce pass was never there. There's too many defenders to throw a bounce pass in there. You're better off just to take it to the hoop.
Miller recognizing the defense converging on her, recognizing that English is open on the high post, but the wrong kind of pass. A great no-look pass to the corner for Hertrid for 3.
In and out.
Oh. Back to Hertrid. English to Jorge in the left wing. She'll shoot the 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by the smallest person, Miller. She gets knocked to the ground.
Real collision occurred there. Normally that would be a foul. Instead, they're going to call a travel on Angie Miller. Why do you think she was on the floor? If you had to guess, would it be because someone ran into her and knocked her down maybe?
Of course
she didn't trip and fall.
No, she dove in the ground because she wanted to. She wanted to travel.
Real quick with that travel call, as Miller limps off the floor, there was obviously a foul there. It's a player safety thing.
Out goes Miller, in comes El Camille. Carnahan. Now Davis on the right wing. She penetrates, triple team, finds McCoy against English. Off the front of the rim and rebounded by English. Staring at Hertrid, she delivers. And Hertrid, of course, met by 3 defenders, and it's stolen. Not a great outlook pass by English. As Davis comes down the other way and just off the mark, rebounded by El Camille. She's going to push it. She's going to shoot a full court shot just off the mark, and that's the end of your third quarter. Pittsburg leads 43-23, a 20-point ball game going into the fourth. You are watching Dragon basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Welcome back to Dragon basketball here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. After 3 quarters of action, you've seen Pittsburgh take a 20-point lead for most of the game, 43-23. As we go right into it, English down low against 3 defenders. Nice little scoop layup under the basket to start this fourth quarter. The Dragons will strike first. Carnahan quickly pushing the pace, looking to cut into this large deficit that's built up upon them. Davis now at the top of the key, harassed by Jorge per usual, and she's fouled. Yeah. Jorge is unable to shuffle her feet.
Yeah, too much reaching for Jorge, not enough moving the feet. But fortunately for Jorge, just her second.
Baker now on the wing of the corner, finds Davis on the wing. Guarded by Jorge, she gets past her with ease. Carnahan, nice little fake, Potentially a travel off the back of the backboard, too strong. Rebounded by English. With a smile on her face, walking up the court. She finds a wide open Elkamil. She'll pull the trigger right away. Off the mark, but rebounded by Reed. Fouled on the way up, but not called.
Yeah, Reed got hacked the first time she went up.
Kylie Good now picked up by Jorge, and that pressure allows her to throw it right into Hertridge, who finds Reed, who finds Jorge pushing it. Elkamil, no, Jorge finds a defender.
Too many long passes by the Dragons, and then Hertridge can't come away with a ball that rolled right by her. Oh man, that's a rough,
and after a
turn of events there.
Wacky sequence of events, it falls into a bucket for Labette County, and that'll cut the lead back to 20. Jorge now rifles it to the feet of Hertridge.
The passes haven't been great from Jorge here over the last couple minutes.
As Reed finds English across the bottom of the basket, who finds Reed again, cutting across the face of it. That's an and one. And she's running down the court, forgetting she has to shoot a free throw. It's just routine for her.
Yeah, and Jorge caught her and spun her back around. It was like, no. We got to go back down here. We're not done yet.
Just a great job. Little two-man post action down there by English.
Yeah, the give and go and give. I mean, it was really something.
Complement each other so well under that basket. And Reed unsuccessful on the free throw. Consequently will foul the rebounder. As she's trying to follow her shot. You don't see that too much.
I think that's just her. Oh, that's her third.
Done a great job of staying out of foul trouble since that second quarter.
Bit of a gamble here, leaving her in. Well, I guess there's only 6 minutes left, so that's just her third foul.
A great contest under the basket, able to prevent the Labette County attacker from scoring. Jorge will get the rebound. She pushes the pace. Back to English to top the key. She'll pump fake a three-pointer. Back to Jorge. She'll pump fake one. Drive right into contact and get fouled by Peyton Davis. And after the whistle, three-point shot from English to get the crowd going. That'll be Peyton Davis' second personal foul. McCoy coming off for number 40, Amory Baker. And Peyton Davis coming off for number 30. That is Bates. The ball is just thrown away by Pittsburg. You wish they'd clean that up at some point in time. The ball being pushed up the court by Carnahan. She'll shoot the ball. Blocked by English, but rebounded. And deflected by Reed on the entry pass again.
Oh, another.
Heaved up the court by Elkamil, saved by Jorge, right into the feet of Hertridge, and she's fouled on the way up. What is going on?
Wild.
It is hard to keep up with these events.
Kind of a JV feel to what's going on here over the last few minutes. And just another, I would call it a bad outlet pass that the Dragons are fortunate to get back.
Fortunate's an understatement. That ball showed up to Hertridge's feet by the grace of God as she misses the first of two free throws.
Bend the knees on the free throw.
As English will come off for Adelie Gober. Hadn't seen much action in this second half, which is kind of surprising for the first quarter she had.
Yeah, she had the little issue with turnovers her last time in the game, and so we'll hope to see that cleaned up.
As Hertridge falls away with her second, going 1 for 2 from the line. Ball is skipped across the court and just somehow chucked way out of bounds. And that'll go back in favor of Pittsburgh.
You gotta look alive in the crowd now.
Yeah, nobody's safe.
Way over the head of the intended receiver.
Yeah, Aaron Dickens hit arms today. Just a little as Hertridge gets trapped. Finds Gober, they break it. Jorge swings it to Elkamil in the corner. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Reed through three Labette Grizzlies. Muscles one down to the ground and makes the layup through contact. Mackenzie English rocking the baby on the bench. Pushed up the court now by Carnahan, who finds Dickens at the top of the key. Rolls it down to Bates. She finds a back-cutting Carnahan. No, she doesn't. Deflected by Jorge again. And Hertridge goes to the ground for the jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Grizzlies. Man, Mantooth giving Elkamil a little send-off. You're starting to see, never mind, I was going to say the sophomore squad, but Reed and Jorge are still there as Reed allows a wide-open back cut.
Well, she's trying not to commit her 4th foul.
Yeah, she does so correctly, but
And
2 rebounds.
Mantooth will commit it.
Mantooth just can't keep her hands out of there. You've seen a couple of those where her hands just get stuck in the ball, reaching in. That's her 2nd. English will come on in for Reed. With just over 4.5 minutes left to go in this 4th quarter, Pittsburgh has doubled up Labette County. Elkamil defending toughly against number 23. She's off the mark, but fouled by Kendall.
They got the foul on Gober.
They got the foul on Gober somehow. That's her 2nd. She must have came in and had a little bit too much reinforcement.
Yeah.
At the line is the freshman number 23, Paisley Daniels. Not able to knock down the first.
Back in the day, I had a Paisley tie.
How about that?
Yeah.
The 2nd one's unsuccessful. Rebounded by the Bet.
I know that's the sort of information you like to know, Michael.
Oh yeah, it's goes right in the back of my brain.
Yep. Save
Jorge, wide open down the lane, misses the layup. Rebounded by Elkamil. She's fouled.
And
She'll have a chance to shoot 2.
Is that 3 open layups that Jorge's missed tonight? She'd have an extra 6 points in the scorebook. She'd get those layups to fall.
Yeah, Jorge's hasn't been able to find any.
Yeah.
And she's left quite a bit out there. A lot of great opportunities.
You want to get in the scorebook on senior night?
Yeah, and she's done a great job defensively. She's created a lot of these transition opportunities that.
That's okay. I had the camera pointed at the other end of the floor, so nobody saw it anyway. So it's like it never happened.
Been there.
Yeah.
Elkamil will knock down the first of 2. Hoping to go perfect from the line. Unsuccessful, but rebounded by English very toughly.
Yeah, she battled for that one.
Gober now top of the key. She'll find Elkamil in the left wing. She'll pull the trigger.
Not shy. She'll take it.
Never is, but in and out. English boxed out by 5 Grizzlies. Still almost came away with it, but Carnahan pushing the court. Finds Roberts, who finds Moore, who finds Carnahan for 3. An air ball swish. And rebounded by Good, who's fouled by Mantooth yet again under the basket.
That shot was nothing but net. Problem is it didn't go through the rim.
Nope. Big difference there.
Yeah.
A big misconception. And from the crowd at times, they can seem like, oh man, she drilled that, but.
I've never heard of it called an air ball swish, though.
Off the noggin.
Yeah.
Keely Good is good from the stripe. Hoping to go 2 for 2.
And they're just going to keep swapping, I think, English and Reed.
It's working for him. As
Yeah.
Good goes 2 for 2. That's her first bunch of points tonight as Gober breaks the press by sending it to Elkamil, and she'll send it right to the defense.
Threw it into a crowd of black jerseys. I'm not sure where that one was supposed to go.
No, but she picks up Carnahan at half court. As Roberts back to Carnahan. She'll beat Elkamil. Wide open layup down the lane.
And that's why you got to be careful gambling on those passes out there. And then nobody rotated over defensively for the Dragons. And Coach Gegg, seen enough, she's going to call a timeout and talk about the basics of defense.
Yeah, basketball 101, but that's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing...
Welcome back to Dragon Basketball here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Just over 3.5 minutes left to play. Pittsburgh leading 51-29. And Josh, you've seen in the second half, not a lot of scoring from either side. and a lot of turnovers.
A lot of turnovers by the Dragons.
As
and
Jorge throws it away right there.
It is a younger lineup, but that was a senior throwing that one away.
As Carnahan pulls up for three confidently, way off the backboard. Rebounded, though.
But the Dragons not boxing out worth a dang.
Nope. As
in
Emery
this second
Baker,
half, as almost every offensive rebounds come down to Labette County.
As Emery Baker just comes down with it, and not a lot of contact on her, but Jorge will be penalized for the little bit it was. And she'll go to the line for two as they're in the bonus for the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Now that's on Mantooth. Mantooth's picked up 4 fouls in her limited time in here.
Getting her money's worth.
Yep, she'll take a seat though, along with El Camille. English back in the game.
As Baker goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Yeah,
That'll
every
cut
team
the
we play
deficit
shoots
back
really
to
good
20.
free throws, it seems like.
Yeah, every team but us.
Sometimes we're all right.
Sometimes we are.
Yeah.
Hertford now trying to break this press. She finds Gober in the left wing, who finds Jorge. Quickly gets it back to Gober. English back and forth in the right wing.
No need to hurry if you're the Dragons.
And then gets mauled, but it's
I don't know how that's not
ball.
a foul.
And you can see she's just disappointed.
It's like, yeah, that's a foul.
Yeah, that's
like that person who just ran into me and hacked my arms. Yeah.
Can't do that. English working a double team in the corner, trying to throw a prayer into the entry of Odessa Reed, who's triple teamed herself. Of course, it'll fall into the hands of Kylie Good.
And if you're the Dragons, don't dribble into places that are going to cause you trouble. You dribble into the corner, you got 3 defenders on you.
As that layup is good by Carson Moore.
And she's just getting that position down low. Nobody's forcing her off the blocks. Dragons almost turn it over again.
And Odessa Reed fouled by 3 Grizzlies down there. That's her 5th. She'll shoot free throws. That falls on number 10. That is Roberts.
And they haven't, you know, the Dragons, if you're going to haven't taken great care of the basketball in this second half, and they haven't adjusted well to the full court pressure the Labette County is applying. You got to expect it to come. You've seen it all year long. They've done a much better job at breaking it, the full court pressure that is, over the second half of the season, but you can't be surprised when it happens.
No,
Reed comes away empty.
It's almost worrisome. This Labette County team coming
you
out
know,
bottom of the table in the SCK League. That's not the team you want to struggle against on a press.
Well, and you know you're going to see that press a lot in sub-state because teams watch film on you and they're like, oh, these guys don't handle the press very well. And so they're going to press.
But the Purple Dragons, if they can score 50 points each game and have the defense they do, they should see some sort of success because this defense right now has...
And again, if they can hit some outside shots, which they did in the first half, and they just haven't done it in the second half.
We've scored 16 points in offense, and it feels like we've scored 0.
There's another
as
turnover.
Gober just rolls it off her wrist, and that'll fall right into the hands of Labette County. Highly good, and she just misses the wide open layup.
If we were playing a team that played offense really well, that we'd be in some severe trouble right now.
Yeah, we'd be in some serious trouble.
Fortunately, Labette County's thrown the ball away and missed shots and done everything to protect this Dragon lead. But Pittsburg hasn't done a whole lot to protect their lead.
With just 2 minutes left now, El Camille skipping over the basket to find a wide open Odessa Reed, and she'll find another 2 points, extend that lead back to 20.
And there it is, a high percentage shot and a good look from El Camille to find her, because El Camille, everybody thought, oh, she's going to take this 3, and rotated over towards her, and that left Reed wide open under the bucket.
Carnahan now surveying the area, a runner through 4 defenders, rebounded somehow by Baker, and she gets fouled, of course.
Fouls on Hertrick. And again, 1 black jersey amongst 3 white jerseys, and Labette County comes down with another offensive rebound. The Dragons have not looked good under the boards in this second half.
No, but
they looked good in the first half. Again, it's almost like a night and day sort of thing, a tale of 2 halves. Everything looked good in the first half, and in the second half, autopilot has kicked in, and the concentration just isn't there for these Dragons.
As Baker goes away, 1 of 2 from the line. English.
There's another throwaway.
Rifles it right to the defense. Roberts now finds Carnahan, who skips it across under the basket to good. A wide open layup.
And they lose somebody on the defensive end. They're just not concentrating as a team on taking care of the basketball and where they're supposed to be.
They finally break the press. They'll come on to English, left wing. Heavily pressed. They call a foul for hand checking on Good. She'll take a trip to the line for 2.
And, it's just an academic exercise at this point. There's only 1:07 left.
Yeah,
but as a coach, as a fan, you want to see this team continue to execute, not go asleep at the wheel for an entire quarter of basketball.
What'll be nice for Pittsburgh, they don't play Friday, so they're going to have a full week hiatus, a chance to go through those practices and really get ready for that playoff basketball. And obviously, you've seen right here, the second half has proven some
I'd sit down and watch the second half of this game and look at all of the problems that have occurred here, and most of them self-inflicted by these Dragons.
As English goes 2 for 2 from the line. Roberts now in this left corner being double teamed. She passes it right next to her to Carnahan, who's misses, but English is taken down. And they'll give the 5th foul on Baker for those antics. Labette does not agree.
Well, you can't just shove somebody down. And, your coach is never going to like that call. That doesn't mean it's not the right call.
No, you're not going to like losing your best player. And English will take 2 shots here. 55 seconds and change. Pittsburgh will walk away with this one. I want to say handsomely.
I'll tell you what, in the world of basketball, it's sometimes better to be a female coach when it comes to talking to the referees. I've noticed that they don't get near as many technicals.
Yeah, Coach Moss.
He gets them quick, man. I don't know what he says. Maybe it's more how he says it. I don't know.
He's got a quick whistle.
Yeah.
And he's never in the wrong. I would like to say as a watcher throughout the season. But
yeah, well.
Can't voice your opinion.
That doesn't you being right doesn't particularly help you with the officials.
Hurts you if anything. As English finds her first. Extends that lead back to 20, as we've seen all night. Hadn't really been able to pull away from that number. But now with a minute left, you're going to see these seniors coming off. Serrano and Trissler coming off for Jorge and Reed. You saw a hug between Jorge and Reed, Jorge and English there.
And you're going to get Mantooth into the game for English, probably on the next stoppage. Here she goes.
As English goes 2 for 2 from the line. They're going to leave Hertrick out.
Hertrick sits.
The seniors come off. They all rejoice and they give hugs. 50 seconds left now. The crowd can feel it. Labette County running their offense. These sophomore superstars playing some great defense right now. The face of the basketball the next couple years. They come with another turnover, playing the brand of basketball that Pittsburgh loves. Gilbert looking to slow it down with 26 seconds. The shot clock is off. Trissler on left wing finds Elkmill top the key. Mantooth looking for a shot. Back to Trissler. She wants to shoot it. She travels, gets happy feet. With 14 seconds left now. That should be all she wrote. But like I was mentioning earlier, Josh, you got a week-long hiatus of practice basketball. If you're Pittsburgh, you got to use it to the best of your advantages.
I'd work on breaking the press.
It wouldn't hurt you.
And boxing out.
Yeah. A lot of little things that you saw get exploited tonight, but nonetheless, senior night's success, 57-38. The ladies able to crush the Grizzlies. That's the regular season finale. We'll talk more about it on the other half of this break. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let tax luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who fight.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle, whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire. The time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
Grace Wilson, child of Boone and Kayla Pyle and Darren and Angie Wilson. Debate and Forensics, Allie Allison, child of Todd and Kim Allison. Allie is also a member of Encore and Pet Band. Anaya Brown, escorted by Kieran Walker. Anaya is also a member of Pet Band. Marlon Cos Gomez, child of Henry Cos and Yuri Gomez. Liam Diamond, child of Michael and Stacy Diamond. Liam is also a member of Encore. Child of Thomas and Leanne Ewing. Sydney is also a member of Encore. Zoe Good, child of Jeremy and Ellen Good. Zoe is also a member of Encore. Cannon Loffmiller, child of Kimry Loffmiller. Liam Norman, child of Kristen Humphrey and Scott Norman. Encore and Girls Glee, Norland Aguilar, child of Jamie and Zelma Aguilar. Cadence Burns, child of Lucas and Catherine Ealing. Thomas Casper, child of Thomas and Heidi Casper. Addie Darling, child of Liz Darling and Ryan O'Toole. Addie is also a member of Pet Band. Kiana Emery, child of Suzanne Emery. Austina Hawkins, child of Brandon and Lacey Allman. Faith Kimsey, child of Robert and Beth Kimsey. Lauren Crawford, child of Kevin and Michelle Crawford and being escorted by Robert and Beth Kimsey. Isaac Mack, child of Megan Mack and Justin Tierney. Angie Morgan, child of Quentin and Dana Morgan. Kimberly Northcutt, child of Rachel Northcutt. Jocelyn Willette, child of Andrew and Allison Willette. Jocelyn is also a member of Pet Band. Anna Osborne, child of Sean and Sarah Osborne. Grace Rogers, child of Kyle and Whitney Rogers. Corey Ross, child of Kara Schober and Corey Ross. Savannah Shires, child of Lena Chandler and Danny Shires. Savannah is also a member of the wrestling team. Jonathan Zapata de Leon, child of Lorena de Leon Ramos. Desdemona Swepson, child of Forrest and Sarah Swepson. Peyton Thornton, child of Ashley Thornton. Orchestra, Rebecca Landsteiner, child of Benjamin and Lindsay Landsteiner. Pet Band, Melody Keene, child of Chad and Stacia Keene. Tori Snyder, child of Angel Abshire and Eric Green. Lainey Traver, child of Dan Traver and Whitney Blair. Liam White, child of Cherry Harness. Scholars Bowl, Robert Richardson, child of Melissa Boa Richardson. Wrestling, Kaya Galindo, child of Mark and Ashley Galindo. Alyssa Heidenreich, child of Tina Heidenreich. Damaris Partee, child of Vanessa Partee. Kylan Perry, child of DJ Perry and Lindsay Perry and Jenny Perry. Manager, Lexus Barr, child of Ashley Barr and Jason Winkfield. Seniors, thank you for representing Pittsburg High School and for your leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these seniors and the members of the class of 2026 a warm round of applause.
All right, there's your senior night festivities from here at Pittsburg High School. We want to let you know that Pittsburg Sports Live is presented by Crawcan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crawcan. To learn more about Crawcan's no-nonsense pricing and multi-gig internet, check them out at ckt.net. Well, the Dragon Girls get the win in the opener tonight. I didn't write down the final score. It was a lot to not very much, I'll tell you that. Let's go ahead and get you your scoring totals from that one, and those of you with a calculator at home can just add them up as I go. All right, first for the visiting Labette County Grizzlies, they're led in scoring by Keely Good and Amory Baker. They each had 9 points. Peyton Davis finished with 7. Amelia Carnahan had 4. And then Kylie Roberts, McKinley Baker, and Carson Moore finished with a bucket each. And Kaylin McCoy, 1 point on 1 of 2 from the free throw line. to round out the scoring for Webb City. For the Dragons, they're led in scoring by Odessa Reed. She had 18. Sophia Hertrick had 8. I'm sorry, Mackenzie English had 10. Sophia Hertrick had 8. Natalie Gober with 8. Kendall Elkamil with 5. And Angie Miller with 3 on a 3-point bucket in the first quarter. Round out the scoring for the Dragons. Dragons pick up the win. Pittsburgh's girls improved to 15-8 on the season, 9-3 in the SEK. Labette County's girls fall to 7-15, 2-10 in league play. Dragon girls back in action next Wednesday, March the 4th. And they'll host a first-round sub-state game here in Pittsburgh. I've yet to been able to find out who that opponent is going to be next Wednesday because games are still being played, so the final seeding in that 5A East Kansas bracket is not complete yet, so Keisha's going to wait appropriately until all the games have been played before they seed that sub-state tournament. The boys, we do know because of their record so far this year, will be on the road on Tuesday, March 3rd. We're not sure where or when, but we will be there wherever it is to bring you that one here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the boys matchup. Dragon boys coming off a 77-33 loss at Shawnee Heights last Saturday. Their last league game was against Fort Scott, where they dropped about like a 20-point decision to Fort Scott last Friday night. Then that quick turnaround up at Shawnee Heights, they dropped that one by better than 40 points. Last time these two teams met, Labette County got the win at home 52-44 in a game that the Dragons led for much of that first half, and then it slipped away in a third quarter that they just turned the ball over left and right. Couldn't get shots to fall, and then once Labette County had the lead, they did not relinquish it, and the Dragons took their first road loss of the season back on January 16th. Labette County coming into the game 13-8, 6-4 in league play, coming off a 78-30 win against Class 3A opponent Humboldt. And Humboldt in 3A has been a very good team over the last few years. Not certain how good of a season the Cubs have had this year. But Labette County got the win at home against 3A opponent last week. They also have a pretty lopsided win over Fort Scott not too long ago as well. And it seems like that the Tigers kind of took out their frustration about that loss against the Dragons last week in Fort Scott. Dragon boys come in 9-12, 6-5 in league play, and looking to improve on that here tonight against this Labette County team that really has been playing very well down the stretch in the second half of the season. The Dragons are going to have to play a really good game here on their home floor, and those have been kind of hard to come by so far this season. And Mike will bring you in. The Dragons just with 2 home wins, and they're going to have to pull out a really good effort tonight against this Labette County team because we've seen what they were capable of earlier this year in Altamont.
Yeah, and what's so interesting, you mentioned that they had 2 big wins against Fort Scott and Humboldt. Big wins. I can't be understated, but they lost to teams that Pittsburgh has beat, like Chanute by over 20 points and Indy by 16.
Yeah.
So
and they're capable of playing a bad game.
They're capable of playing a bad game, but they're capable of playing a real good game. And we saw in Labette, it just kind of came down to Pittsburgh beating themselves. And that's what has been most of the season. If the Dragons can put together 3 or 4 quarters of just solid basketball, you could hope to see an outcome that favors them.
Yeah, and senior night here, again, you have your off-the-court distractions and stuff like that. The Dragons didn't cope with that very well during homecoming, but hopefully they'll set all that aside and play the game that they're capable of playing here tonight against Labette County. And again, the boys are definitely on the bottom half of the East Kansas bracket in Class 5A, and they will be traveling next week, and that'll be Tuesday night, March 3rd. We're not sure where yet, but we know we'll be on the road. And so you can catch that game here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. We'll have that for you, as well as the girls' game that they're going to host the following night on Wednesday night. We'll have that one as well here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. And again, you know, the sub-state games, they'll make for a short evening because it's just one game. They're not boys-girls doubleheaders like we've become accustomed to over the course of the years. So make sure you tune in and catch it because it'll be over before you know it. And the Dragons looking to extend their season with each one of these games. Of course, those of you who have lived in a cave and don't know how the sub-state brackets work in Kansas, it's one and done. So your first loss in the playoffs is your last loss of the season. And the Dragons trying to keep extending their season another week if they can get a win. Boys on the road Tuesday, girls at home on Wednesday. And we'll let you know the opponents as soon as we know. This Purple and White pregame show brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, your neighbors, your partners, and your biggest supporters from personal and business banking to mortgages and credit cards and investments. CNB has the tools you need with the service you deserve. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust, where community comes first. And we got an abbreviated pregame show here, Michael. Maybe we should just jump right in to the keys to the game. And for the Dragons, you got to take care of the basketball, I think, first and foremost. But you, you got a list of stuff. My thing is just take care of the basketball. What do you got?
I got value possessions.
Yeah, well,
you've seen
tomato. Yeah.
These Dragon boys, possessions throughout the game that just look so bad. Like they just kind of throw it away real quick. You're like, oh, I wish you didn't do that. Like, it always comes down to it. You've seen in our last couple matches that we've won, it come down to 1 or 2 buckets. So you'd like to see down the stretch we would have a 5 or 6 point cushion instead of a 1 or 2 point cushion because we value possessions back in the third or second quarter. We made that extra pass, or we didn't force that pass, slowed down, pulled it back out, took another 20 seconds to run our offense, and found
maybe get a higher percentage shot.
A higher percentage shot. And along with that, I have don't rely on the 3-point shot, which I think we've done all too much lately. And I think Jamarcus Davis has done a great job of working that inside out and allowing that inside shot to open up open 3-point shots that are higher percentage shots and the one that we kind of just heave up if we feel pressured to.
And your guys with some length, we're going to need an inside presence tonight, whether it's Halen Moss, whether it's Danny Durden, whether it's Landon Jesse dropping down and playing a little bit under the bucket. But the Dragons are going to need to be tough on the boards tonight to get a win against this Labette County squad. They got out-rebounded 6 ways from Sunday at Labette County. That's part of what cost them the basketball game. And you're right, you can't fall in love with that 3-point shot, especially if they're not falling. Find another shot, get it inside, get something else to go, and maybe that will light a fire and get you in rhythm to make a 3-point shot.
And another thing I think Pittsburgh has done so well lately is their defense. I think they've done a great job in the half court of being very quick and being very active in the passing lanes, not committing fouls like these ladies do. And what I think they need to do tonight is capitalize on those transition opportunities and steal some of those points right under Labette's noses, because we saw last game they didn't miss a lot of shots, especially in that second half. It felt like they were unbeatable because they just wouldn't miss.
It felt like the bucket was about 6 feet wide for Labette County in that second half. All right, those keys to the game brought to you by Vietti Auto Body and Alignment in Pittsburgh on the corner of 4th and Joplin since 1948. With John Holland and Bill Hunt now in the Vietti Alignment Shop. If it can be aligned, those guys will align it. From golf carts and side-by-sides all the way up to F550s and small buses, they'll get it done. Schedule your appointment by calling Vietti Auto Body and Alignment, 620-231-6230. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll come back, get you your starting lineups as we get closer to tip-off for the nightcap tonight. Dragons taking on Labette County coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburgh.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who fight.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is so...
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School, getting set for tonight's nightcap between the Pittsburg Purple Dragons and the Labette County Grizzlies. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. And now the Pittsburgh starting lineup for me is gross estimation. But Labette's starting lineup, we'll get that one first. They'll start number 2, a 5'11 senior Carson Lamb. Number 3, a 5'10 junior Kane Nash. Number 4, a 5'8 senior Keegan Bates. Number 5, a 6'1 junior Nolan Nash. And number 24, a 6'1 senior Barrett Hestan. For the Dragons, they'll start number 1, senior Danny Durden. Number 2, senior Caden Navaratnam. Number 4, junior Jamarcus Davis. Number 11, junior Landon Jesse. And if they stick with what they've been doing, number 3, sophomore Wyatt Thomas. We're going to take a pause for the national anthem as Pittsburgh's honor choir is going to treat us to it again. It was good the first time. I imagine it'll be good right now. All right, there we go. Getting set for our opening tip-off tonight. Our opening tip brought to you by B&B Excavating. The numbers don't lie, dirt's heavy, so trust the guys at B&B Excavating to move what needs moving. Specializing in septic systems, water line install and repair, driveways, rock hauling, and leveling. Call B&B Excavating, 620-724-2735. Right now, the public address announcer introducing the starting lineups. Somebody kicked that thing?
Must have.
Much better. Look at that.
You can read the score now.
Yeah.
Josh, obviously Pittsburgh coming off a couple tough losses. One in Shawnee Heights. It's not a fun one to drive to. It wasn't a fun game to play. Fort Scott, a rivalry you weren't able to come away with, but at home, they're on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah.
So hoping to build off of that and take that into sub-state. Pittsburgh can be really looking for something real, like a last-minute push this season.
So a change in the starting lineup. Malachi Meadows back into the starting lineup tonight. It's understandable, senior night. He's a senior. Wyatt Thomas not going to get the start tonight. We expect to see him off the bench, although I don't see him.
He's right next to
Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay.
Miller. Danny Durden should have the height advantage on this tip-off. We hope Pittsburgh can come out of the jump here and I don't know, start this senior night with a bang.
Durden's got about 6 inches on Kane Nash. You would hope that the Dragons can win this tip. They do. Davis has it. We're underway. Meadows surveying the floor, gets it to Durden at the top of the key. Over to Jesse on the right side, up top. Shot on the way from Navaratnam is good.
That's a great way to start your senior night if you're Caden Navaratnam. A game-opening three-pointer, that's a great way to set the tone.
Nolan Nash with it, working against Landon Jesse. He's cut off, he'll back it out and gives it up to Keegan Bates. Back over. Down the lane, off the glass, and good for Nolan Nash.
And just a great little body screen.
Davis answers right back for the Dragons.
Very quick sequence of events. A great job by Davis to quite literally neutralize the efforts of Labette in their first offensive possession.
Carson Lamb gets it down low. Barrett Heshstand with it. He'll kick it back out. This is Keegan Bates. And Nolan Nash again going to pull up for 3. And it hit off of the shot clock, so that's going to give it to the Dragons.
Labette doing a good job early on of getting split-second separations on their dribble drivers by doing that body screen. Once one player has the ball, they kick it and they go screen away. That's making all the difference for separation right now for Labette.
Navaratnam going to raise up for another 3. No good. Got to follow your shot. Meadows tracks down the long rebound for the Dragons. Davis down low to Durden. He got hacked, but no call. I guess they're going to say that. I think that was Heshtan got all ball there.
But Malachi Meadows, a great job of getting that second chance effort. A rebound from across the court because Caden Navaratnam didn't follow his shot.
Davis going to put it on the floor, spinning middle of the lane, off the glass and good.
And
4 points for Davis.
Once Marcus Davis gets inside that paint, it almost feels like there's no answer.
Unless you got a good shot blocker in there, there really isn't.
Labette County's tallest player, 6'1". No one else exceeding that 6-foot mark.
Heshtan tried to cross over on Durden, who got a hand in there and tipped it out of bounds. It'll stay with Labette County. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Get it into Nash. Now this is Nolan Nash with it. Back up top to Bates. Puts it on the floor, working against Davis. Lost his dribble, gets it back, gives it to Nash. Now over to Kane Nash. Love it when there's kids with the same last names out on the floor. That happens quite a bit. They get it down low to Carson Lamb. Easy layup and good look to find him under the bucket.
Okay, Meadows just getting sealed off under the basket, and by that time, it's just done deal. Meadows not a very tall shot blocker, so.
Meadows has it down the lane, kicks the corner to Navaratnam. He'll take the 3, in and out. And there's 3 3-point shots on these first 5 possessions for the Dragons. And there's a foul going to be whistled against Navaratnam. Nope. Called it on Durden. Didn't see that.
Those are the fouls you want to avoid if you're Danny Durden. You've seen in the last couple home games you've had, Durden's been in foul trouble. You haven't been able to use him to his fullest potential.
Bates in the corner, trapped. He gets rid of it, gets it out to Heshtan, top of the key. Going to fire the 3. No good off the back iron, but Nash there to get the rebound for Labette County. That shot blocked by Durden. And Navaratnam had a chance to get it and just watched it roll out of bounds. Get the ball. And it'll stay with Labette County. Like, I don't know what he thought he saw there. Obviously, he thought that Labette County had touched it last. Quick shot for Nash. No good, but a good rebound by Heshtan. And he'll take another 3 from straight away and hits this one. And that's why you don't give him another chance on that possession, as it results in a 3-point bucket, and we're tied at 7.
They saw multiple mental chances.
Mental errors. There's a rough pass from Miller to Meadows. He's just going to elevate off the glass and good. Good instinct by Malachi Meadows. Just put that one up off the glass. Nobody came out to guard him.
And great touch around the glass, too, to knock it down.
And up top for Lamb. Now this is Nash with it. Lets it go. No good. Rebound again by Nolan Nash. And the Dragons getting out-rebounded by a shorter team. But they are quicker to the ball tonight. Hestan fading away against Miller. Won't go. Lamb with the rebound between two Dragons, and he gets the putback and the foul.
And the frustration in the face of Coach Moss. Nobody boxing out.
Nobody
on the
boxing
Dragons
out.
Side of the ball, killing them. That's what feels like the 7th or 8th second chance effort already in the last 3 possessions.
Getting killed on the boards here early as Lamb hits the first free throw, and a big group of substitutes coming in for the Dragons as Meadows, Durden, and Navaratnam will sit. Jesse, Miller, and Corday Hayes into the game, along with Wyatt Thomas. So 4 players in now for the Dragons off that bench.
Yeah,
and
Coach
Lamb
Moss
does what opponents do to the Dragons. He makes both free throws, and we're tied at 9.
The lineup flip was unnecessary there. Too many little mistakes happening in a basketball game that needs to be limited this deep in the season.
Hayes gets it outside on the left to Jesse. Back to Hayes, top of the key. He fumbles the pass to Miller. Now there's a scrum for it. Wyatt Thomas comes away with it. Over to Jesse, open for 3, and he drills it. And there's going to be an offensive foul after the shot against Corday Hayes. No, they're going to whistle against Davis.
Jamarcus Davis just trying to get around the guy boxing him out. A little too aggressive on it. Got penalized for it. Another guy Pittsburgh needs to watch out for in foul trouble.
Bates driving off the glass and good. Over 3 white jerseys. Davis handling up the floor, being hassled from behind. No foul call. They get it out to Jesse, almost walked with it, and then lost his dribble. And they're going to whistle a foul, I believe, on the drive.
A great move by Jesse there. Great job by his defender to get his hand in there, because that one was, be a wide open layup.
They get that one on Keegan Bates. That's the first foul on anybody wearing the color red tonight. Tucker Rush will sit. And that's going to bring in Colton Well for Labette County. And again, great job of boxing out by Labette County. No second chance for the Dragons. And then they beat them down the floor. Hestan with 5 points. And inexplicable stuff going on right now for the Dragons. Swinging around to Hayes, top of the key. He'll swing it to the corner to Thomas. Almost lost the dribble. Gets it back. Now dribbles it off his foot and turns it over. And right down the floor go Labette County, and there's a foul on the other end against Colton Well, who will head to the line to shoot 2. And I think they got Corday Hayes with that one. Nope, goes against Landon Jesse.
Pittsburgh, offensively, you're seeing them relying on that 3-point shot, and defensively, not doing the little things right at all. No box out, no
doing
cutting
much
out
of
drivers.
anything right defensively.
It's a miracle. It's just still a 1-point game early on.
Get it into Nash, Nolan Nash, that is, up top. He goes the other way from the screen into the corner. Now back up top to Bates. His shot blocked by Hayes. And the Dragons with it. Thomas will pump the brakes. Needs to get it across half court and does to Navaratnam. Back to Thomas down the lane. Dribbled off his leg. And it'll be Labette County ball.
And that's already the second time Wyatt Thomas has dribbled a ball off his foot or his leg. And you can see the frustration on him coming off the bench. Coach Moss telling him, it's all right, it happens. Keep your head in the game. We can't lose you mentally already in these first 6 minutes of basketball.
Too early for that. Bates handling it up the floor for Labette County. They lead it by 1. That one's stripped away by Navaratnam. Bates gets it back. And it's going to result in a wide open shot for Nash for 3. No good off the back iron. Can the Dragons get a rebound? Miller comes away with it. That might have only resulted from the fact that Hestan was laying on the ground.
It wasn't clean, but they came away with one.
Davis drives baseline, spinning, shot is good.
Goodness gracious, Jamarcus Davis. Once he gets inside 10 feet, it's game over.
Well, and Labette County trying to do everything they can to keep him out of that lane, but he was able to get in there and get his shot off. There's an interception. Davis comes away with it. Lobs it up for Jesse off the glass. No good. And another missed layup.
And it wasn't the wrong pass. It was
No,
just unexpected. And
just
landed
gotta
Jesse
finish. Just
right
gotta
there at
finish.
the basket and somehow just rolled around the rim without going in. Value in your possessions is what Pittsburgh needs to work on offensively.
And there's a bad pass from Durden to Miller. And Durden's there for the block, but Labette County gets it right back. This is Tucker Rush with it. Kicks it out to Lamb. And a bucket on the inside as Labette County is killing the Dragons on the board right now.
The defensive heroics like shot blocks and all other touches are saving Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, but you got to get the loose ball or that results in a shot, a second chance shot.
That's only being the second foul charge towards Labette in this quarter.
But both of them are on Keegan Bates. That's his second.
And that takes away a primary ball handler for Labette. It's going to change the way their offense gets ran a little bit.
They'll get it into Davis. And he's fouled hard going to the bucket. And Jamarcus will head to the free throw line to shoot two.
And that's the kind of tenacious ability he has. You saw Labette kind of frustrated for Ethan Bates. They tried to retaliate right there. You saw a couple hard fouls. So Jamarcus Davis gets right up with no serious worries about Labette's intentions. Just another day in the office.
Hits the first. I'll tell you what, if Jamarcus Davis wasn't on the floor right now for the Dragons, they'd be getting their doors blown off. He's got 7 of the Dragons' 15 points. Make that 8 of 16. Colton Well handling it. He'll give it up to Tucker Rush. Outside, quick shot on the way from Nash, no good. Guess what? Rebound Labette County, and finally the Dragons come down with one off of the putback. Davis' shot at the buzzer, no good. After one, the Dragons leading it by 1, 16-15 over the Labette County Grizzlies. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh High. After one, the Dragons leading it by 1 over the Labette County Grizzlies. And it's been a pretty much all Jamarcus Davis first half. Caden Avarotten with a big 3-point bucket. Malachi Meadows with a shot in the middle of the lane. But other than that, all the Dragons' points have come from Jamarcus Davis. So if you're Coach Argabright for Labette County, I would think you want to put the clamps on Davis and force someone else to beat you. It's kind of what they did the first time these two teams met.
I'd advise any team playing Pittsburgh to do that. They want to win.
Kane Nash with it, gets it back. Durden lucky he didn't get called for a foul there. Danny comes away with it for the Dragons.
Labette County just not capitalizing on their second chance opportunities that Pittsburg has gifted them plenty of.
Durden with it at the free throw line. Tries a wrap-around bounce pass to Zane Miller, and it will be out of bounds. Last touch by Labette County. It'll stay with the Dragons.
It's a miracle that that ball stayed in the favor of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They got a second chance at life here, and hopefully they can make this lead longer than one.
Wyatt Thomas stepping through. Little dish pass to Zane Miller, the two shortest guys on the floor for the Dragons, playing under the bucket while everybody else stands around the perimeter. Rush gives it up outside. This is Nolan Nash. Long pass across the way to Lamb. Back up top to Kane Nash. Now Nolan with it. Trying to direct some traffic. Drives down the lane over Durden. Shot no good. Rebound Labette County. And Durden whistled for the foul. I mean, he got airborne before the shot even started.
Durden getting block cap. He's made a huge difference down low and contesting a lot of shots, but
that's
the discipline's what's got to happen here, because that's your second foul in 9 minutes of play.
Now Halen Moss up off the Dragon bench, getting ready to check in for Pittsburgh.
Yet again, like teams do against us, just assassinate us from the line. It's a big fella.
Labette County 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight as a team. Dragons, though, 2 for 2, and Jamarcus Davis. Rush looking like he shoots free throws for a living. Hits both of those.
Drills.
Thomas into the lane, in trouble again, gives it out to Meadows. Back over to Jesse for 3 off the mark. Rebound comes down to Heshstand for Labette County.
There's that 7-second offense that results in a 3
Yep.
that doesn't go in for Pittsburgh.
Shot down the lane, no good. Rebound Labette County. And Moss battling for that one. It's knocked away. It should stay with the Dragons. Wow. Moss had it in his hands. It was knocked out of his hands out of bounds. And it's going to be Labette County ball. How do you explain that? Okay.
And as much as you want to complain about
Nash
it,
can inbound.
allowing that off a second chance effort.
Dragons pick off the inbound. And now Davis with it. Into the corner to Jesse. Three-pointer on the way. Off the mark. Doesn't follow his shot. Dragons watch that long rebound. And it comes down to Nolan Nash. Heshstand driving. No good. Rebound Davis. And he's fouled over the back by Heshstand, who doesn't like the call.
Heshstand just not able to see the ball fall to the back of the net. And starting to see that frustration come out of him.
I think he was frustrated about the over-the-back call, but it was pretty obvious.
Exactly.
I never liked any foul that was called on me, though. I'll tell you that.
No.
Meadows swings it around. Fun. Moss top of the key. They get it down low to Meadows. Off the glass and good. Malachi Meadows, 4 points here to start this one.
Very crafty points. He's using his footwork and his head faking ability to get himself open shots in the basket.
And moving without the ball. Moss with the big block. Outlet ahead to Meadows. Heshstand trailing. What? Went for the dunk. Go for the points. How about that? Pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Labette County.
Senior night.
Yeah, senior night.
And I don't want to bash him at all, but that didn't
Not the best decision at this point of the game.
Not the best decision.
You're leading by 1. You get a breakaway bucket. You just get the points. But again, this one not going to affect the league championship. Unlikely to affect your sub-state bracket if you're Class 5A.
And imagine if he dunked it.
Yeah.
That would have been
something. This place would have gone wild.
Yeah.
It wasn't real close, though.
It wasn't. But
Davis with it will give it up to Meadows on the outside. Corralled the pass. Now Moss over to Jesse. Stepping through. Finger roll off the glass, no good. Moss with the rebound and the putback. And he should have got a foul.
A great putback by Moss through contact, and a great move by Jesse to get the open layup, but yet again just a smudge too strong on the glass.
Get it out, wide open shot for Keegan Bates, and he's good for 3. Dragons not shutting out on the perimeter. They're getting collapsed into the lane by the dribble drive. Navaratnam with it on the far side. Bounce pass into Moss, but he's way too deep. That's a terrible position to try and get him the ball there. And an outlet pass ahead, and a shot up and good for Nash. And Dragons getting beat down the floor, not making good decisions offensively. And if you're going to feed the big man, you got to get it to him somewhere where he can do something with it. Meadows with it, over to Jesse, around to Davis. He'll take the three off the mark. And a great box out and rebound by Tucker Rush. And Davis got away with one there. Was there a whistle? If so, that was the world's weakest whistle. And that foul's on Davis. It was pretty obvious. And
yeah,
I don't know if official on the far side over there swallowed his whistle or what the deal was.
Didn't come out right.
No.
Everybody was confused. A little whimper.
My wife teaches lifeguarding, and she would never let you get away with that kind of whistle blow, even as a lifeguard, much less a high school referee. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Davis. Down on the offensive end, Jamarcus out to Navaratnam. Open for three, and he hits it.
Caden Navaratnam making an impact early on behind the arc. That's what you're going to need if you want to see these points climbing those higher digits.
Well, they get it down low again. Navaratnam guarding well. Shot no good. Oh, man, Labette County really doing well getting to that loose ball. Another big block by Moss. Outlet pass ahead to Navaratnam to Meadows. Reverse layup, no good. Another interception, and then Miller throws it away. Good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. And Hestan down on the other end. Davis couldn't commit his third foul. And just some disappointment all around in the transition game tonight for the Dragons.
Such a promising defensive sequence of events, unable to come with any of it.
It's timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 2:52 to play first half. Dragons trailing by one. It's been a back-and-forth nip-and-tuck affair. And when it's a one-point game, you'd like to see teams value possessions a little bit more than the Dragons are here. But they get caught up in the momentum of the game, the back-and-forth of it, and just not making great decisions with the basketball and not finishing on the offensive end.
Finishing around the rim, for some reason, has been a struggle outside of Jamarcus Davis.
All season long.
All season long, and it's showing right now in the biggest moments in these first 14 minutes of this game.
The Dragons have been in a lot of one-possession games this year. And you would think Moss going in, a lot of contact, no call. And then he gets the putback layup to go.
Great pick and roll action right there by Wyatt Thomas and Halen Moss.
Jesse skies for the rebound on the other end. Navaratnam outlet pass ahead to Moss. And he's going to get an offensive foul. That's big man. You got to give it up, move without the basketball, and get it back in position to do something with it. You're not going to beat somebody off the dribble on the perimeter. And that offensive foul. But was a good call.
Yeah, it was. What you like to see about that is Halen Moss going to create a bucket. You haven't seen that too much this season.
And
it was a great move, just a little egregious.
Yeah, just kind of lowered the boom a little too far from the basket there. And we got a 3-second call against Labette County.
Yeah, he was sitting there really just trying to work on that position to Moss so he can receive an entry pass, but forgot that you can't be in there for more than 3 seconds at a time.
Yeah, you don't have all day to get that position. Navaratnam now with it, top of the key. Slings it over to Wyatt Thomas on the right side. Up top now to Jesse. Landon will put it on the floor, kicks it back out to Wyatt Thomas. Back to Jesse. He wasn't quite ready for it, but he gets it anyway. Back to Thomas. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Down low to Zane Miller. Good look to find Miller for his first bucket of the night.
Great job by Wyatt Thomas to recognize 7 seconds left. Used a head fake to get past his defender, and a great back cut by Miller to steal a bucket in the expiring seconds.
Camden Good just checked into the game. That's number 12 out there. He's got it right now. Into the corner. 3-point shot for Tucker Rush. He's got 5.
I'll tell you, Rush looks like the best shooter on the team right now. All 3 of his shots he's made have looked flawless, so 2 free throws included.
Thomas gets it down low to Moss. Nice pass to find Moss, and a reverse layup is good.
Wyatt Thomas and Halen Moss have that synergy going right now, just finding a way to put the ball in the hoop no matter what.
6 points for Halen Moss. Dragons lead it by a pair. Heshstand with it. Swings it over to Nolan Nash. Out top, guarded by Navaratnam. Navaratnam still on Nash, worked through a screen. Nash spins into the lane. Moss left his feet way too soon, but Nash is going to get a travel call. I thought they were going to whistle a foul against Moss, but as a big man, you got to keep your feet as long as you can.
With 22 seconds left now, you have a possession lead.
Davis checks in for Thomas.
You can take this game going up 2 possessions at halftime. That would make all the difference.
And that was a good couple of minutes from Wyatt Thomas. Made some good passes, played solid defense. Miller with the 3-point attempt, short of the mark. Moss battling with Rush for the rebound. Long heave at the buzzer. No good. After 1, the Dragons lead it by a bucket. 29-27 over the Labette County Grizzlies. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We cheer with you at the local football games, serving you with the same friendly faces you have come to know and trust. GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow.
Hold on. It's monstrous.
With Crawcan's multi-gig internet, you can experience monstrous speeds for every device in your home or business at the same time for a low, no-nonsense price.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
When it comes to having your labs drawn, you have a choice of where to go. For 30 years, MagLab has focused on providing quality lab work that is accurate and timely. MagLab's walk-in service typically gets you in and out in under 5 minutes with same-day results. Locally owned and operated, MagLab takes most insurances, including Medicaid, and has historically had the lowest out-of-pocket prices. So when it comes to having labs drawn, don't be told where to go. Choose for yourself. Choose MagLab.
It's the rush. Every touchdown, basket, goal, or lap is filled with excitement. It's why we love the game. It's why we play the game. It's also why we bet on the game. The rush is why we need a plan. a plan to bet responsibly and not lose more than we can afford. Problem sports gambling can ruin the love we have for sports. So know when enough is enough. Know when the game is playing you. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER for help today.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School at the half. The Dragons leading the Labette County Grizzlies 29-27. This is the GN Bank Halftime Show brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for more than 100 years. Whether it's personal, business, or agricultural needs, trust the team at GN Bank. Find out more at gn-bank.com. Let's take a look at some of the scoring totals for the first half. Our Eye on the Game brought to you by Kanar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, the folks at Kanar Eye Care want to help you make sure you can see what you're looking at. Kanar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburg and Girard, it's here to help their valued customers. Learn more at canareyecare.com. First, for the Purple Dragons, they're led in scoring by Jamarcus Davis. He's got 8. Halen Moss was 6. Caden Navaratnam was 6. Malachi Meadows with 4, and Zane Miller with a bucket to round out the scoring for Pittsburg. For Labette County, they're led in scoring by Barrett Hestand. He's got 7. Tucker Rush with 5. Keegan Bates with 5. Carson Lamb with 4. And Nolan Nash and Colton Well with a bucket each. And Kane Nash, all 3 of those guys with a bucket each to round out the scoring for Labette County. And the Dragons fortunate to have the lead here. If you ask me, it's kind of a sloppy first half that they played, but Labette County, for all the rebounds they got, they really didn't get many shots to fall. But that's kind of what we saw last time these two teams played. The Dragons took advantage of the fact that Labette County didn't get shots to fall in the first half, but then in the second half, the Dragons continued to not take care of the basketball, and Labette County started hitting their shots, and they took control of the game and came away with the win. So for the Dragons, you got to clean it up and not commit as many turnovers, and pulling down some rebounds wouldn't hurt anything either.
Yeah, no, at times I thought we were going to get a little reminiscent of that last game, because this Labette County team, you see as soon as they get an opportunity or a second chance that you gift them, they try their best to cash in on it. But tonight, Pittsburgh done a great job of bidding them on cashing in on the second, third, and fourth chance opportunities they provided.
But they have been so far tonight, and last time these two teams met, the quicker team to the ball. Even though they don't have the height and the length, they're moving their feet and they're moving quickly at all times. It's like they never stop. And the Dragons have lost players a couple times defensively. They've lost some outside shooters. And Labette County definitely winning the battle on the boards here early in this game. And the Dragons fortunate to have this 2-point lead here at the half. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We're about 4 minutes away from second half action. The Dragons and the Grizzlies second half coming up on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kanar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's Chicken Annie's Girard. When you're facing a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Catering and carry out from Chicken Annie's Girard. When an onion ring craving is too much to bear, when the family's coming over and you weren't aware, it's Chicken Annie's Girard to the rescue. When there's 20, 30, 100 to feed, you need Chicken Annie's Girard indeed. A heroic value, superb flavor. When there's a chicken emergency, there's only one hero. Chicken Annie's Girard.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Every tax season a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me. Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was raised in a small town, and there was a lot of people who took time to invest in me. And so when we decided to open up our offices, we want to make sure that we're pouring back into the community that's giving to us. We care. We want to be involved. We want to have a passion for what you have a passion for. We want to be able to give back. And that's the foundation. That's why we're more than just insurance.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High at the half. Dragons leading the Labette County Grizzlies 29-27. As this is the final SEK League game for the Dragons. They'll be back in action in the sub-state tournament next week. Dragon boys will travel on Tuesday, March 3rd. We don't know where, we don't know when, and we don't know against who. But we will be on the road because we're at the bottom half of the 5A bracket in Eastern Kansas. The girls will host a first-round game Wednesday at 6 p.m. And again, we don't know who, but we know it will be here in Pittsburgh because the girls are on the top half of the 5A sub-state bracket. And so as soon as we find out that, we'll let you know, but we'll have both of those games for you here on Pittsburgh Sports Live. We'll just have to wrestle with Keisha to see if we'll be able to bring you video or if we'll have to do audio only. Boo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I've heard your opinions on it, and I think
I have
agree
strong
with it.
opinions on it that I probably don't need to share on the air in case somebody at Keisha's listening. Navaratnam with it as the Dragons have the ball to start the third quarter. He'll give it up to Davis, curling around. Now back out to Jesse. Navaratnam will swing it around the horn to Meadows, looking down low. Now back over to Davis as didn't hustle for the ball. And Labette County comes away with it. They've been the quicker team to the ball all night. And there we see it again. Davis, Meadows cut off, ends up with Davis into the corner to Navaratnam for three. It's good.
Caden Navaratnam, all three of his three-pointers are kind of coming out of bail at times. We hadn't had much going on in the offensive possession. He just drills a three, and that keeps that life on our offense going.
9 points for Navaratnam. Dragons lead it by 3. Heshstand with it. Trying to work on Durden. Picks up his dribble. Kicks it over to Nash. Now up top to Keegan Bates. Back to Nolan Nash on the right side. Working into Navaratnam. And the rebound comes down to Durden off the miss.
And it's good to see Pittsburgh not allowing second chance efforts right out the halftime.
Swinging around the horn to Meadows. Malachi going to put it on the floor. Into the lane. Spinning, kicks it back out to Davis. Davis spins into the lane, into the corner to Navaratnam. Fakes the three, out to Meadows. He'll take it and hits it. Uh-oh. 7 points for Malachi Meadows. And the Dragon lead is 6, which is about what it was in the third quarter last time around between these two teams. Work it around to Nash up top. Shot on the way by Keegan Bates. Deadheads off the back of the rim. And the Dragons will get it on the rebound from Jesse. Jesse with it, top of the key. Lazy pass. And Meadows has trouble handling it.
Jesse just had Marcus Davis in front of him the whole time, but didn't like that opportunity trying to force it to Meadows, and thank goodness that fell into our favor.
Davis with it, middle of the lane, triple team, kicks it out to Jesse. They'll work it around the horn to Meadows. Looking for Durden. Now he'll swing it to Davis. As Labette County, Jesse's shot off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Bates for the Grizzlies. Heshstand with it, puts it on the floor into Durden. And there's a held ball. Good defense by Danny Durden. It'll stay with Labette County. Bates inbound from the baseline.
Durden and Moss both. The whole defense of Pittsburgh doing a great job taking their hands to their basketball and creating turnovers with blocks and steals.
Bates driving, shot on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Davis as he's hassled up the floor by Carson Lamb. And a foul call and a block, I think, going to be whistled against Lamb.
Marcus Davis just recognized that Lamb was on his hip the whole way through, and he just worked him all the way down the court and eventually got rewarded for his tough play.
Davis inbound now from the baseline. Gets it into Navarotnam up top. Caden will put it on the floor. Lob to Durden, but he kicks it out to Jesse. Now Navarotnam driving, and he's fouled going across the lane.
And Danny Durden passing up on a wide open layup. Coach Moss telling him next time, you're taller than everybody else on the court. Shoot it.
Kane Nash picks up the foul. That's his first. Second team foul on Labette County. It'll send Caden Navarotnam to the line for the first time tonight. First shot rattles in.
That's able to extend the lead to 7. That might be the largest margin we've seen all night.
Oh, yeah, by far. And he hits them both.
Caden Navarotnam making shots when it counts.
11 points for Navarotnam.
Making all the difference right now.
Dragons by 8. Nash with it on the wing. Gets it up top to Lamb. Looking around, now he's going to put it on the floor, working against Meadows. Wild shot off the glass, no good. Durden with the rebound. Davis pushing, gets it down low to Jesse. He'll kick it back out to Navarotnam. Over to Davis now on the wing. Back out to Jesse for 3. And nobody to rebound for the Dragons. Long pass ahead to Lamb. Now Bates with it, kicks it out. Shot on the way from Nolan Nash. No good, rebound Durden.
You're noticing already this quarter, Pittsburgh doing a lot better job of rebounding and not allowing second chance efforts.
Davis to the cup, and he's fouled going down the lane.
And Jamarcus Davis just imposing his will every time.
That foul's on Carson Lamb. That's his second.
Every time he drives to the basket, he's getting rewarded with either a foul or a bucket. And it feels like Labette has no answer for Pittsburgh this half.
First free throw off the front iron.
And what you got to do at this point in time is cash in on these free throws and try to make this lead as big as you can, because there's still plenty of ball game left.
Well, Tucker Rush just checked back into the game for Labette County, as well as Colton Well. Davis hits the second, and Rush has been a problem for the Dragons tonight.
Tell you what, close him out on the three-point line. He's got a good-looking shot.
Bates gives it up to Kane Nash. Working on the drive, he's cut off by Durden, which I don't know why Durden's not guarding Rush down low. But Jesse will pick him up at the perimeter. Now they switch. Ball goes to Bates. Cross-court pass deflected, but it ends up in the hands of Colton Well. Driving, blocked shot by Meadows. Ahead to Navarotnam. Caden driving off the glass. No good. 3 Dragons there. Nobody can get the ball. Coming back the other way is Labette County. And a foul on the other end. Coach Moss wants a foul on the other end where it was pretty obvious when occurred.
It's a textbook failed charge that should be rewarded by Caden Everrotham for the 2 shots. And on the other end of the court, of course, they have to foul because they had down in numbers.
And they whistled that one on Jamarcus Davis. That's his 3rd. That's bad news for the Dragons.
Oh, hello. There's a sub going on while the play's happening.
Yeah, Dragons had 6 guys on the court for a second. Here we go. Got the right number now. And they get it into Keegan Bates. Shot on the way is good for Kane Nash. Was that Nash? I think it was. Timeout on the floor. 3:12 to play, 3rd quarter. Dragons leading it by 6, but it's precarious. More 3rd quarter action when we come back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings, chicken and noodles, and so much more. And of course, their delicious homemade pies. Dine in or carry out available. Chicken Annie's of Girard has the best value, flavor, and service in the area. Stop in soon or call for catering. 620-724-4090.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Dragons have the ball coming after the timeout, leading by 6. Wyatt Thomas with it. Over to Landon Jesse in the corner to Zane Miller. Miller across the lane, kicks it to Thomas. Had an open 3, passed it up, and then throws it away in the lane, but gets it back. Then his shot is blocked, but he's bailed out by a foul call. The Labette County student section over here appreciates the call.
To say the least.
They called that one on Tucker Rush. That's his 1st.
Wyatt Thomas made a bad pass, but quickly made up for it by being heads up and received the loose ball and had a chance to walk away with the bucket.
This is the 1st free throw. Corday Hayes checks in, replacing Landon Jesse. And Thomas misses them both. Quickly back the other way. Keegan Bates into the lane, stepping through. And he's going to be fouled. I think they're going to get Thomas with that one. Nope. They got Moss with that one. It's his 2nd. And you put your big man in a bad situation when you can't cut off a dribble drive and it gets all the way down into the bucket area.
Yeah, he was able to waltz in there pretty much. And Halen Moss somehow ended up on the back side of him. So, of course, you're going to go to the line when that happens.
Bates missed the 1st, but hits the 2nd.
It's a 5-point ball game.
Thomas, double team, throws it away. Where was that going?
Thomas
Keegan
hurried
Bates
into the half-court trap and then threw it away.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher. That's all I can say about that. Thomas with it now. Up top, crossing over down the lane, has it stripped away, and it's Labette County ball. And Thomas will sit, and Jamarcus Davis back in the game for the Dragons. Kind of a shaky sequence that time for Thomas.
Thomas dealing with some mental emotions right now. Coach Moss having to cool him off after that rough sequence of events.
Straightaway 3, good for Nash. And we're tied at 38, just like that. You got to value each possession. We said it I don't know, 1,000 times, and the Dragons struggling with that. Zane Miller down the baseline. He's fouled. They're going to whistle this one on Colton Well. That'll be his first.
Miller doing a great job of taking that baseline the defender gave him.
And making free throws wouldn't hurt at this juncture either for the Dragons.
I don't know. They've left a lot out there. But of course,
Miller misses the first.
Pittsburgh, all season long, we've seen this. They don't like to win the free throw battle. And when these games come down to one possession, you can see this could go on along with valiant possessions because free throws are the freest shot you're going to get.
Wyatt Thomas went over 2, then Miller over 2 from the free throw line. Dragons left 4 points out there in the last 3 possessions.
Which could make all the difference.
From the free throw line. Wide open look for Heshstand, off the mark. You can tell everybody on this Labette County squad wants to shoot the 3. And they're getting some open looks at him. Miller fakes the 3, down the lane, finger roll, no good. Rebound Moss. Clobbered on the putback, no foul call. They get it out to Davis, he'll take a 3. No good, rebound chased down by Moss, back out to Navaratnam. Down low to Miller. Off the glass, can't get it to go, but he's fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for another chance. And the Dragons struggling from the line as a team tonight. Unless your name's Davis or Navaratnam, you can't make free throws. Miller misses that one.
Pittsburgh, in the last 3 minutes or so, over 5 from the line, just leaving a lot out there. We can't emphasize that enough. This game is going to come down.
Yeah, in a game like this, you cannot leave points on the board or on the table. There, Miller hits one. 1 for 4 from the stripe.
It's a 1-point game.
That's 25% for all you mathematicians at home.
And for you mathematicians, you would know that's not a good percentage.
No, it's not a good free throw percentage. Dragons lead it by 1. Nolan Nash gives it up. Keegan Bates with it. Driving, his shot rejected by Moss. Davis with it, going the other way for the Dragons. Into the lane, Davis elevates off the glass and good.
Great sequence for Pittsburgh there, blocked by Moss on one end. Davis going down and imposing his will yet again on the other. That's a great way to separate that possession.
Coach Moss in the ear of the official after calling that timeout. 52.7 left to play. Third quarter, I didn't see if it was a full or a 30. 30 will stay right here. Everybody's standing, so yep. Dragons lead it by 3. They should lead it by 8, but
yeah,
have really struggled from the free throw line.
With all the possessions they've left out there, they've taken away defensively a lot of block shots and a lot of, this time around, this half, not a lot or any at all second chance efforts.
And Halen Moss really making his presence felt under the bucket. For the Dragons, he's got, what, like 4 blocks already tonight.
I would say it's his best game of the season so
Some
far.
Clutch rebounds to go along with 6 points. And he's really getting significant minutes, and he'll play a much more significant role coming up next year for these Dragons. And in the offseason, that young man could develop into a real threat offensively if he can work on his post moves. Kane Nash with it into the lane, kicks it out. Colton Well with a day and a half to look at it. His shot no good, tipped out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Labette County. They're going to say last touch by Moss.
Halen Moss, yet again.
It's always never a good sign when all the officials look at each other and then make a call. You're like, oh, they're guessing. Into the top over Nash. 3-point shot, no good. And touch the end line. Keegan Bates almost came away with that ridiculous rebound. The Dragons just kind of watching it. Pittsburgh. It's okay to watch as long as you move your feet while you're watching. Davis gets it over to Zane Miller, puts it on the floor, goes to his right, spinning. Got away with one there. Back to Miller. Gets it down low to Durden, who's shoved in the back by Rush. Back out to Miller. Shot on the way, no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Dragons lead it by 3, 41-38. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
At Girard Medical Center, our physical and occupational therapy department is dedicated to helping you bounce back stronger. Whether you're recovering from an injury, surgery, or just want to move better every day. From student athletes to seniors, we provide personalized care and expert support right here at home. To learn more about our therapy department and our other services, visit GirardMedicalCenter.com, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans and your hometown team for health and healing. Rooted in rural, focused on you.
Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Community National Bank and Trust believes banking should do more than just hold your money. We support your goals, simplify your day-to-day, and give you room to grow with quality banking services. Withdraw, transfer, invest, apply for loans, and talk with our banking professionals online, over the phone, or in person. Let Community National Bank and Trust help you build a banking experience that works for you. Community National Bank and Trust, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
One quarter left to play. Dragons lead it by 3, 41-38 over the Labette County Grizzlies. Dragons led by as many as 7. Labette County able to claw their way back into it, and it's very similar to the last time these two teams met. Jamarcus Davis with it at the free throw line. Needs help, gets it down low. Good look to find Landon Jesse. Off the glass and good, and that's Landon's first bucket of the game. Comes here in this fourth quarter.
Just textbook back cut by Landon Jesse under the basket to steal the first bucket of this fourth quarter.
Kane Nash with it. Gets it over to Keegan Bates. And they're going to whistle a foul against Zane Miller on the floor. Bodying into Bates as he was driving.
Zane had both his hands stuck on Bates, trying to hold him away from getting to that basket. Not a terrible foul. That's your first, but in this fourth quarter, you don't want to rack up those team fouls early on.
His stand with it, working against Landon Jesse. His shot no good. Jesse with the rebound. Jesse will handle it up the floor. Off the glass and good. 4 points for Jesse, and the Dragon lead is 7.
A 4-point run and start this fourth quarter by Landon Jesse alone is exactly what Pittsburgh needs in these dwindling minutes.
Nolan Nash with it, driving into the lane, twisting. Little pause in the action, got Durden off his feet, and he hits the bucket. And there's a timeout on the floor. Labette County wants to talk it over. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. Dragons by 5, 7 minutes to play. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburgh Sports Live.
You've heard go big or go home. At Big Iron Auctions, you can go big from home. With thousands of pieces of equipment, active auctions, bidding at your convenience, and an easy-to-use site, BigIronAuctions.com can help you grow big. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 to see how Big Iron Auctions can help grow your operation. Bid now, list now at BigIronAuctions.com.
Our whole vision of becoming the 4-state agency was because we want to be able to grow with our clients, whether they have a lake house in Oklahoma, whether they're starting a business and expanding into Arkansas. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, whether it's home, auto, financial services, or even life insurance. We want to walk through the stages of life with our clients. That's the biggest.
7 minutes to play. Dragons leading it by 5 over the Labette County Grizzlies. This game is not going to matter as far as an SEK League championship goes. It's not going to matter as far as postseason seeding for the Dragons goes. Not too much anyway. But man, this team, I get a feeling the Dragons really want to beat Labette County at something this year. Miller's shot no good. Durden with the rebound. Able to dribble out of traffic. Gets it to Jamarcus Davis. His layup no good. And the Dragons missed 3 consecutive shots right around the rim.
So close, yes, so far.
Quickly back the other way. slinging it across the floor. It goes to Nolan Nash. His shot no good. Rebound, Jamarcus Davis.
Trying to give Jamarcus a taste of his own medicine, but nobody does it as good as Davis.
That's hard to do. Davis into the corner to Miller. Thought about a three. Pulls it back down. Now back to Davis. A dangerous bounce pass there. Davis dribbles off his leg. Meadows saves it. Back to Davis. In the corner to Miller. He'll shoot it. Off the mark. Follow your shot. He would have come down with that rebound. Instead of admiring it, follow it. And it's just something, everybody wants to shoot threes now, but nobody follows their shot hardly ever. Durden with a big block.
Oh, my goodness.
Meadows comes away with the loose ball for the Dragons, and he'll back it out. Oh, tries to get it to Durden in traffic. That was almost disastrous. Instead, Davis gets it, and he's fouled on the layup attempt.
What is that, the 25th block shot tonight?
I don't know.
It's made all the difference. I like the size of Labette right now is killing them, and Pittsburgh is taking full advantage of it in the air.
Jamarcus Davis steps to the line, and good opportunity for that young man to catch his breath a little bit. First free throw rattles in for Davis.
It's good to see Jamarcus Davis capitalizing at the line this late in the game. You can see Rush coming in for the bet, try to counteract the presence of Danny Durden down low defensively.
Second shot off the mark. Rebound comes down to Durden, though. Off the glass, no good, but he's fouled. And I think they're going to get Rush with this one.
Danny Durden just playing his heart out right now. You see him running around the court, finding the loose balls. Doing a great job off the ball to create opportunities for Pittsburgh. And that's his fourth.
First shot no good for Durden. It's his first trip to the free throw line tonight. Danny Durden yet to score in this game, and he certainly had some opportunities. Just hasn't been able to get anything to go at the rim, and that's kind of what's been plaguing the Dragons tonight. Second shot rattles in for Durden. He's in the scorebook with one. Dragons lead it by 7. 5.5 to play. Well with it, kicks it over to Rush. Durden picks him up outside the three-point line, wisely so. And then Danny pulls down the rebound.
Big rebound by Durden there, not allowing that second chance effort when you're up by 7 this late in the game.
Wyatt Thomas with it on the outside. Make good decisions here. Navaratnam to Jesse, near side, right in front of Coach Moss. Gets it down low to Davis. He'll dribble it out of traffic. Working against Colton Well. And he's fouled, and the shot is good.
So Marcus Davis making a big play when it matters most.
Now Davis will step to the line, try and complete a three-point play. They whistled that foul on Colton Well. That's his third.
A great job by him to muscle his way in there, his signature move, and then a nice little body fake to get the defender in the air. And he got his arms up, went right into him, and got the M1 somehow.
Lamb checks in, replacing Tucker Rush, so they're going speed instead of size, is Labette County. And the Dragons are going to need to adjust accordingly. Davis hits the free throw. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. 4:51 to play. Dragons have their biggest lead of the night, 10. And trying to hold on to that for another 4:51 and get out of here with a revenge win against Labette County.
It'd be a huge one going into the playoffs. This team's got a lot of fire under their belts right now. They look lively.
Dragons dropped a 52-44 decision at Labette County back on January 16th in Altamont. And I picked up some weird Altamont cootie there as well and spent a week on the couch. So hoping to avoid that. We got them all sitting behind us here tonight. So hopefully they keep their cooties to themselves.
We don't want that.
Do not want the cootie.
Especially it's probably getting nice out, you know.
No, yeah,
around the corner.
I don't need no Altamont crud.
I'll pass on it.
Grizzlies with the ball coming out of the timeout. Nolan Nash with it, guarded by Corday Hayes. Nash crosses over in front of Hayes. Hayes caught grabbing. and reaching, and he'll pick up the foul out by about the free throw line.
And those are the fouls that you're okay with on the ground because it doesn't result in a bucket. But then again, this fourth quarter,
You're
you
also
don't want
okay
to put
with
the
it.
team with the bonus.
You're okay with it because Hayes has no fouls. Long pass over the top. They get it into Heshstand, who tracks it down right before the free throw, the half-court line. Lamb has it poked away by Navaratnam, but his momentum took him out of the play, did Navaratnam's. Heshstand long three is good.
Wow.
And when they start making their threes, watch out for this team. Now a 7-point lead for the Dragons. Need points on this possession. Get it down low to Davis off that glass and good.
Marcus Davis with the ball. He's so good at the ball in his hands, but he's also just as good off the ball, creating himself opportunities to score.
Nash driving, no good. Rebound, Labette County, and then the putback, no good. Durden comes away with it for the Dragons. Gives it up to Davis. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Navaratnam does not need to shoot a three right now. Instead, Caden drives down the lane and gets the bucket.
Pittsburgh valuing each possession right now, and it's making all the difference. An 11-point ball game.
Nolan Nash with it down the lane. He's fouled before Durden gets there and double fouls him. And let's see who they get this one on. It should be on maybe Landon Jesse. Yep, it is. That's just 2 on Jesse. 13 foul on the Dragons. And if you can keep a double-digit lead, the free throw, the bonus doesn't mean as much. First shot is good for Nolan Nash. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Nolan Nash.
Let's see Malachi Meadows come back in for Corday Hayes here.
Lamb sits for Labette County. Keegan Bates into the game. Second shot rattles in for Nash. He's got 6 points, turnover on the inbound for the Dragons, and that's exactly what you cannot do if you're Pittsburgh in this situation.
All of a sudden, it's a 7-point ball game.
And they're hurried up. Slow it down, give it to your point guard. Navaratnam handling down the lane, gives it up to Meadows, out to Landon Jesse for 3. Off the mark, follow your shot. Meadows, instead of pulling down the rebound, tips it out.
Makes up for it.
And it results in a run out, but the Dragons get the steal. Coming back the other way. Jesse off the glass and good.
Great hustle play by Malachi Meadows to make up for that bad tip out. Goes down and gets the rebound, and then flicks in to bounds from Marcus Davis. Finds Landon Jesse, and Landon Jesse makes a great layup.
Meadows probably the fastest player off the blocks on this entire Dragon squad. Showed it right there, pursuing that play down the floor and gets the steal from behind.
It was a phenomenal make-up play. I don't think we can address that enough. The effort and the speed to have that right there, that could have changed the outcome of the game. Labette could have went down there and scored that, be down 5 points with 3 minutes left. But now Malachi Meadows swings the momentum completely. It's a 9-point ball game with momentum all the way in Pittsburgh's favor with under 3 minutes left in this ball game.
And if you're the Dragons, if you're Coach Moss, you got to be telling your guys, we don't need 5-second possessions. Like, work the shot clock down. Even if we don't score, you take a third of this game away by running the shot clock down.
And it starts with beating the press. No turnovers on your own half of the court. If you can break that press, and you don't need to score in your own half. You just got to let them
take care of the basketball on the inbound play. Getting it stolen on the inbound, that's rough.
Defensively staying disciplined. Don't let them get in that bonus. Keep your hands out wide like Coach Moss preaches. Don't need to reach right now. Just need to stay in front of your man and not allow them to score.
Bates handles the ball up the floor. Meadows picks him up. And they're going to get a foul on Caden Navaratnam.
Coach Moss pleading for an illegal screen right there.
It was an illegal screen, but Navaratnam had reaching and grabbing with the ball handler, and that'll be Caden's second.
Team fourth.
They're getting in the corner to Heshstand. Up top to Nash. His pass deflected out, but it ends up in the hands of Nolan Nash. He's going to drive into Danny Durden, gets away with a push. Kicks it out to Keegan Bates. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Bates out of control, called for a travel. I was going to say, if you get bailed out by a foul call there, I'm about to go ballistic. He was totally out of control under the bucket. Gets called for a travel. Now the Dragons have taken a long time. Here we go. And Landon Jesse called for a travel when nobody was near him.
Landon Jesse just...
He skipped with the ball without dribbling with it. Inexplicable. An inexplicable turnover. Now Labette County with it. They get it into Nolan Nash. His shot off the glass is good. That type of stuff kills a team. And a turnover on the inbound. What is going on the inbound play for these Dragons? Landon Jesse going to sit Wyatt Thomas back into the game for the Dragons. And Jesse had a good stretch there. He's got 6 points in this fourth quarter, but man, this decision-making on the last couple trips down the floor has really hurt his team. Pass deflected. Wyatt Thomas comes away with it for the Dragons. Jamarcus Davis going to handle it up the floor. Back to Thomas.
The benefit of subbing in Wyatt Thomas is the extra ball security. You needed this late in the game.
Driving. His pass to Durden on the money, but Danny Durden wasn't looking for it. Can't handle it, and the Dragons turn it over.
Pittsburgh needs to stand tall on defense.
Everybody needs to pay attention. Keep your eye on the ball.
And that surely would have
been. And
been.
don't get hurried up. That was such a fast possession. Nash down the lane. Durden elevates too soon. And Nash off the glass. It's good. Nolan Nash has 8 points in this fourth quarter and a much-needed timeout. 30 seconds. I think Labette County called it.
Yes. Labette County called it. Get the players.
Well, the Dragons needed it, I think, worse than Labette County did. And we'll take it. 1:47 to play. Dragons lead it by 5 when they led it by 11 just a minute ago. And they're getting sped up by the trap and making real bad decisions with the basketball on the wrong end of the floor, like under Labette County's bucket. And it's, as a coach, it's going to have you bashing your head against the wall. As a broadcaster, it's got you rubbing your temples. And, woof, no dull games this year.
Never a dull moment, but right now, the last thing you need to end your regular season, your senior night, and going into the postseason
blowing
is
an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter.
This game. The last thing this program needs.
Woof. Never on them to inbound. Not real good numbers. You need more white jerseys on this end of the floor than they have red jerseys. That would be a good way to break the press. And the Dragons.
Coach Moss telling Danny Durden right there.
3 on 3. And they'll get it into Davis. He's fouled.
And tackled.
And they're going to whistle that one on Kane Nash. I believe that's just his second.
One more team foul.
Both teams with 4 fouls. But honestly, that doesn't really favor the Dragons to shoot a bunch of free throws.
Okay, Nevin Rotham hurt in the hand. The sub off for Sam Miller.
Get it ahead to Zane Miller. Dribbling across the lane. Gets it over to Davis, near side. Now back down low to Miller, and he's fouled.
That'll take Zane Miller to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Miller has not put on a free throw shooting clinic tonight.
Need him now more than ever. This will make it a 3-possession game for sure.
Really. Yeah, okay, thank you. What in the? Miller hits the first.
Big free throw coming up for Miller with 90 seconds left in this ball game. You got to make it a 3-possession game. Take some of that pressure off of you defensively.
And he hits it.
Timely shooting in the favor of Pittsburgh for once.
Now 3 of 6 is Miller on the free throw line. Quickly coming back the other way. Nolan Nash with it. He'll kick it over to Kane Nash. Nobody got a hand up in the face of the three-point shooter. Nash hits the 3, which is exactly what Labette County needed. Wyatt Thomas cross court to Zane Miller. Dragons slow it, and Miller gets mauled over on the far side. That was Nolan Nash. It should just be Nash's second.
Sam Miller coming off 2 made free throws. You're hoping he can ride off of that.
Just a 4-point lead here for the Dragons. Big free throws for Zane Miller.
Zane Miller come with 1 of 2. Try to take some sort of pressure off. You make them inbound it. Don't let them come out in transition and try to get a quick bucket under your nose.
Hits the second.
Stand tall, Pittsburgh.
Bates with it, top of the key, gets it over to Lamb. 3-point shot on the way, no good. Durden with the rebound, gets it ahead to Navaratnam. Out ahead to Meadows. Layup, no good! Oh my goodness! How many layups? How many layups are the Dragons gonna miss tonight? Oh my goodness.
Coach Moss in disbelief.
I'm in disbelief. Everybody in here should be in disbelief. Oh my goodness. If this team makes layups, this game is over.
And then now.
And a foul on the other end against Miller, I believe.
Navaratnam.
Against Navaratnam. And it's going to be free throws for Labette County. And this is exactly what you didn't want if you're the Dragons.
You got a chance to make it a
free throw
one-possession
shooting
game.
contest with this Labette County team.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, how about that? Nolan Nash misses the free throw. But you got to get a rebound also if there's a miss.
Might check outside, see if pigs are flying, because that's never happened.
Second shot on the way from Nash is good. And if you're the Dragons, it's actually probably better that he made that second free throw.
Allows you.
Davis gets it on the inbound. Going to handle it up the floor, and he's fouled.
And that's the guy you want at the free throw line, Jamarcus Davis. He's made plenty of trips there before.
46 seconds on the clock. Dragons by 4. How is Durden? Durden shouldn't be at the free throw line. It should be 4 at the line. Okay, there we go. What is Danny doing? Stepping to the free throw line. No.
I got this, coach.
Yeah, what? First shot is good for Davis.
A chance to make it a 6-point lead.
Second shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Lamb. Quickly, here comes Heshtan the other way. Over to Lamb. Far side for Bates. Back to Heshtan. Nolan Nash with it. Fading away, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Labette County. 1 jersey in the middle of 3 white ones. And there's a foul on the floor. How do you not come away with that rebound if you're the Dragons?
The Dragons
3
are keeping
white
that door
jerseys.
open.
Man. Ooh, geesh. First shot is good for Bates. Back down to a 4-point lead.
Chance to make it a 1-possession game.
Yeah.
30 seconds
30
left.
seconds, an eternity, especially the way the Dragons have been inbounding the basketball. Second shot is good. 3-point game. Bates will sit. Colton Well checks in for Labette County. Jesse to inbound. Gets it into Durden. Ahead to Davis. He's fouled from behind, and Davis controls his frustration. Fouled by Nolan Nash, and I think he ought to have to make a play on the basketball.
Yeah, that should
for
be
it not to be an intentional foul.
Because that's very dangerous.
That was
Davis came
almost
on
a
those
tackle.
knees very awkwardly. Marcus Davis visibly frustrated after it. Rightfully so. It's a ridiculous foul. Very crucial free throws coming up for Davis right here. Got to make this one to make it a 2-possession game. If you don't, Labette gets it in transition, and they've been making a lot of shots down the stretch.
Davis rattles it in. 4-point game. Clock runs. Keegan Bates with it. Gives it up to Lamb. Up top to Heshtan. Driving down the lane. Layup no good. Rebound Durden. Ahead to Davis. Jamarcus dribbling around, playing keep away, and he's finally fouled on the outside by Bates, and that'll be 5 on Bates.
Jamarcus Davis.
Oh no, they got that on Hestan. That's his 4th.
A very crucial play by Jamarcus Davis, able to milk so much time, evading the defenders. Only 8.5 seconds left with 4 points in difference.
Davis makes the free throw. Now it's a 5-point lead. The Dragons can kind of exhale a little bit. Davis makes them both. Quickly back the other way. Shot on the way, no good. Tip, no good. Battle for the rebound. Last second heave, no good. And the Dragon Boys get a little revenge, 63-57 over the Labette County Grizzlies. They come away with the win and look forward next week to a road trip into the sub-state tournament. And again, we know when Tuesday night, excuse me. We don't know where yet. And as soon as we figure that out, we'll let you know. But we will have that game for you on Pittsburg Sports Live. But for tonight, the Dragons get the 63-57 win over Labette County, get the season split with the Grizzlies. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with a post-game show. You're watching Dragon Basketball on Pittsburg Sports Live.
Every tax season, a villain rises.
Keep those numbers messy. I thrive on confusion.
But when overpayment strikes, a hero answers the call.
You can't save them all, Captain.
Watch me.
Prime Accounting, fighting for your deductions, protecting your refund. Don't let Tax Luther take your refund. Join Team Prime today. Power to the people who file.
To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
At the Farm and Ranch Division of the Four-State Agency, we're a team of experts who genuinely care about you and your farming operation. That's why whether it's a visit to your farm or a friendly chat at our office, we're committed to delivering the service you deserve. Our team is fully licensed in both crop insurance and LRP, allowing us to cover your entire farming operation across Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Contact us today to see how we can help.
Selling equipment can be a hassle. Whether you're needing to replace an old tractor or you're finally getting to retire, the time and energy needed to clean, prep, promote, and sell seems daunting. That's why you need Tyler Jackman and Big Iron Auctions. From one piece to the whole farm, Big Iron Auctions can deliver your items to more than 750,000 registered bidders. Call Tyler Jackman at 620-404-8115 or learn more at BigIronAuctions.com. From the phone call to the service call, Roto-Rooter is there with fast and reliable sewer and drain service. From repair and replacement to septic and grease trap pumping, Roto-Rooter is here for you. With video inspections, Roto-Rooter can identify the exact issue to get the repair done quickly and correctly. Complete sewer line repairs or replacements, Roto-Rooter has you covered. Serving Crawford, Bourbon, and Cherokee counties, Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630.
Nothing says luxury like a Lincoln. Take advantage of 0% financing for 66 months right now on the all-new Lincoln Navigator. Come see us today at Mike Carpino Family of Ford Lincoln Dealerships, Columbus, Parsons, Pittsburg.
Welcome back to Pittsburg High School. Dragons pick up the win tonight, 63-57 over Labette County, get the season split with the Grizzlies. And right now I'm joined by Coach Moss and Coach Never a boring night.
No.
You know, it certainly wasn't boring. That's for sure. But your kids really battled down the stretch, and you know, you led the first time these teams met. You guys led by 6 at one point, and they were able to come back in the second half and get the win tonight. You guys able to hold them off at arm's length, and I guess just talk about the difference between those two matchups and where this team was then and where they are now.
I mean, that's just growth within our team. I think some maturity in a sense, because it's really easy to kind of fold and roll over when things aren't going your way. And at their place, like you said, we had a 6-point lead, and then they hit us in the mouth, and we didn't know how to respond. And so through us kind of, you know, being fed to the wolves, some would say, we would be battle tested enough to mature and grow through those moments. So really proud of our guys, and shout out to our 3 seniors, man. We got to send them off with a win at home after a season that probably wasn't what they expected, but it's not over yet, so we still got a chance to write our own story, and that's what we'll be looking to do.
And Labette County, pretty good game across the board. They have 4 guys in double figures, and that's kind of who they are. There's there's no one dude who's going to blow your doors off, but they collectively as a group play pretty well as a team. And they tried to make a run tonight. You guys held them off, and I was really impressed in the first half by the minutes that Halen Moss was able to give you. You got some big blocks, some